What's up, gamers? Hopefully you can hear me. All right, looking at my mic, it looks like it's good. I just smacked it really hard. That's nice. IDT, Tofu, Keegan. Let me go to my talking head view. Hey, chat's working too. We'd love to see that. Hopefully my colors aren't all messed up. We'll see. We'll see. I was trying to fix the color balance before the stream, but who knows? Oh, gotta click over here. What the heck is up, YouTube? Hey, John, how you doing? We got IDT, Tofu, Keegan, Lyra, Ming Arum, welcome, Metal Wolf, Aiden. I wanted to watch this with Dinner Shovel. How could you? Don't worry. We're not going offline immediately. So, oh, love the background. Thank you. Lunch and entertainment. Let's go. Hey, that wasn't 4 minutes. True. The timer on the starting screen is an entire lie. RKI is at an in-person game jam right now. That's sick. I wanted to finish my moving platform system before you started. That curse of being early. Normally, I'm fashionably late by a couple minutes, but... Hi, I'm back in the building. Thanks for streaming early today. It's awesome. Hey, welcome back, Elijah. I saw you promise Insandio you were going to be a good chatter from now on. So that gave me a good laugh. Crazy business starting at 7 p.m. Yeah, I mean, I think an earlier stream is probably good for European time zones, right? Hey, you're not so green today. That's good. To fix the greenness, I actually just had to straight up apply like a red filter on myself to try to balance it out a little bit. So, been building cobblestone pillars and rings all day. Nice. I remember, I think I saw you say you were working on like the intro sequence for your game too, because it was like changing clothes and taking a shower and all that kind of stuff, and you wanted it to be faster. So, I'm too red at this point. I was trying to balance it out. I was like, I don't want to go too far. Like the background, like the Isadora background has a lot of red, so I thought it was fine, but we'll see. Rip green shovel. We welcome orange shovel. God dang it, man. Eventually I'll get the color balance right. Haven't worked on my game in like a month. That'll happen sometimes. Next week we'll have blue shovel. Hold on. Let's see. Boom. We can do this. What's up, gamers? I might be a touch too blue, huh? Now I'm purple. Oh, if I turn this off, will I be more blue? Hey, there's more blue. Blend bound level. Yeah, diamond shovel. Yo, you guys got the rarest drop. All right, back to kind of purple. Oh, I can be pink. That's kind of nice. Pink shovel. Right amount of blue. Violet, you're turning violet. What'd you eat in that chocolate factory? Nice. I like it better than the red. Really? Oh, no. I thought I dialed that red in the right amount. Hold on. It is quite orange, huh? What if I just tone this way down? Boom. Now I'm back to kind of greenish. There's the greenish tint is back, man. Well, what am I doing? Make yourself legendary. Legendary is like orange, right? Like straight up orange. That's like the common color for it. Boom. Legendary shovel drop. Mr. Inbound, it is to my grave displeasure I must announce I have sent cyborg ninjas after your location for daring to start streaming while I eat dinner. You know, Monarch, one of these days I got to start reading your comments. Maybe I need to start reading comments in general before I click them up onto the screen. Where's the polka dots? Now there's a challenge. I don't know how to do that off the dome. Got the narco filter. I mean, I could just lean into the green, right? Instead of trying to get rid of the greenish hint, just be green. I'm really jealous right now. Stupid joke. All right. Back to normal colors. Shovel, I need to make sure I haven't misinformed Claire. You aren't playing downloadables, right? So I talked to Quentin about the sandbox mode on itch, and he recommended not using it. So Quentin said I should not rely on sandbox mode to play downloadables. But we talked through the issues I was having, and he gave me a whole bunch of a whole bunch of steps to follow. Well, a whole bunch. He gave me a handful of steps to follow. So, assuming those work, I should be able to do downloadables in the next week or two. And if they don't work, I'll go back to bothering Quentin again. So, I forgot to remind you about the hypervisor. Yeah, no worries. I was talking to Quentin, so downloadables are real. I think they should be getting close, assuming that the steps work. And if they don't work, my update next week is going to be like, I tried the steps, they didn't solve it. I talked with Quentin again. So we might be in a loop with that for a while. We'll see. Here's hoping. Yeah, same. There's a lot of games on the list that are just waiting. Like Ragadaga is a big one. I know we have your ooh, the name escapes me. It was like the horror game, right? It was about a car or something. Okay, welcome in. Okay, how you doing? It's been what, a year? Yeah. I think Showcase Saturday started in earnest in like late October, early November or something. After I finished Silksong, that's when I really got into the flow. So something like that. Whoa, my my plugin. Uh-oh. I'm seeing dropped frames. Am I having internet stability issues? It looks like it's cleared up, so okay, hopefully. Good thing my game was taken down after 3 days since it was downloadable among other problems. Oh, it dropped for me too? Yeah. I just had like, I think my internet just like briefly hiccuped, but I think I'm back. You shouldn't have said anything about the plugin. You first did. So early. Yeah, we're early today. Yeah, I have to go around 2. If I am a little over, it's fine. But and that's 2 my time, which right now it's 11 for me. So rather than just cancel the stream outright, because normally I start at 12:30, so I thought 12:30 to 2, that's like an hour and a half. I thought rather than cancel the stream outright, I should just do it early. And also, maybe just moving the stream earlier to better to better account for European schedules. Maybe make have a little bit of an easier time watching the stream. That could be good, I think. My first stream looking at your new theme. It looks so good. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, put some effort into it. Okay, I was wondering why it was 2 a.m. Yeah, it's probably still not the greatest, not the greatest time for you. Okay, but it's a little bit better. I was so sleepy, I was about to sleep through it. Nice. It's okay now? Okay, perfect. Yeah, the drop frames hasn't increased at all, so I think it's okay. Added camera, look ahead to Guinea Pig Gunner, knocking off the shovel playlist trailer cards. Nice. That dude, knocking off those cards feels so good. Ragadaga's web build's quite laggy. Shovel mentioned it, I think. Oh, yeah. So I, before I play the games on stream, I usually test them at least a little bit. Sometimes I don't. I usually test them a little bit to make sure it's like running. There aren't any breaking issues like immediately. And the Ragadaga web build was lagging almost instantly, like dropping frames. And I was like, I don't really want to showcase the game if it's going to make it look bad. Even if I say it's my fault that it's lagging, it's still anyone who misses me saying that or something might get the impression that the game's not optimized or something. So I want to avoid that. So I definitely think I need to use the downloadable for that game. So I'm all good. I've been adjusting my sleep schedule so I can wake up for the 4 a.m. streams. Nice. That's awesome. I was so entertained by stream start that I forgot to do game dev. Got to write a jam script now, but I'll have it on second monitor. Nice. I love being second monitor content. I think that's a good place for me. I feel at home on the second monitor. Shovel, I give you complete permission to burn my game at the stake if it ever has issues on a showcase. I'm not really the burning games on a stake type. But good to know. Duly noted. It's good for Europeans and Asians. Thanks. I was also eating dinner, so I wanted to forgive you. Yeah. Thank you, but also I don't forgive you. It's a complicated mix of emotions in that message, you know. Oh shit, Shovel's like 20 minutes ahead of me. I've done the math. Doxed and pizza is ordered. Nice. Got 123rd place on Bad Ideas Game Jam. People didn't like my art style. Dude, speaking of that, I was really surprised at the artwork score for Devil May Fly. When I saw the ratings, I was like, really? Like 100-something place? Like, I thought that game looked... I figured that game was definitely top 100 artwork, right? Like, I feel like it looks really nice, like, to my eyes. It has good UI. The visual effects are nice, but... I was a little bit surprised. Yeah, same. DMF looked really good. Oh, welcome in, Midas, by the way. Welcome in. You got like, was it like 18th or something in Bad Ideas Jam? I remember. Something like that. We were robbed. Yeah. That happens, especially when your game is popular and you get a lot of ratings. Like the variance can sometimes hit because although you have more ratings, so there's more chance of variance. But like the sample size is still only like you got 74 ratings or something, right? I don't remember off the dome. So it's not a big enough sample size to totally eliminate all those edge cases, but you could still get hit with some variance. So this timing is so good for me. I can watch the whole stream. Let's go. Nice. I was really surprised giving the rating count. Yeah. I think I haven't played that game yet. I was about to say I think it deserved it, but I played Buzzball, which is for a different thing, right? You did Buzzball for the jam contest thing that RKI was a judge for, right? I think. So, can you help me, Spicy Bread? Ooh, I'm falling. I don't know what's going on with Claire in chat. In case you play it, I'm making a web version of my game. Nice. Not trying to throw shade. I do believe some of the jam games got to the top because they were better clickbait, like the game named after the longest word in the dictionary. Yeah, I think like the marketing aspect of game jams is like it's something that's a part of it, but it's not usually like explicitly mentioned or explicitly called out, you know? So it's like being able to get attention on your game is something you have to do, and it's like kind of tough. And also game jams have that weird like back and forth of like if you play other people's games and leave them reviews, it kind of encourages them to come play your game. So it's like it's almost like in some ways it promotes you or it encourages you to promote your game in a way that's not actually the best way to do it. But yeah, so it is interesting. But I think game jams have a lot of issues when it comes to how they're rated, like and how the rating systems shake out. And I know the Bad Ideas Jam in particular, when it started, it had some rating issues, right? I was talking to Quentin about it. How like because there was like a rating queue and then you could rate anything, but it was a really long rating queue, so that people are encouraged to just like give ratings willy-nilly so they can get to rating the games they actually want. It just seemed like there were a lot of issues with how the rating was set up for that jam. So I wouldn't take like I think the scores are not like totally meaningless. I think they're indicative of some stuff, but you know, I think that there's a huge swing, right? If your game came like 100th, it's possible you were a like top 30 game. It's also possible you were like a lower 200. If you know somehow they managed to make completely objective rating system, which doesn't even make sense. Like on its face, a completely objective rating system I don't think exists. But you know, funnily enough, my pitch video had the most views out of any others because I've already been posting content for a while. Oh, nice. Yeah. I remember we watched your pitch video on stream. Also, I think Tofu's pitch video. So Tofu, when he sent me the short for his pitch video as well, I didn't know that you needed to make a video like pitching the game. I didn't know that was part of the jam. So I judged his short based on its ability to go viral as a short, I think. You know, I judged it on like, will this hit with the short audience? But with the context that it needed to exist for the jam, like it's supposed to be a pitch video that you're rating the video itself, I think it actually accomplishes that job extremely well. So, but similarly with yours, okay, I think your video also gets the job across, gets the idea across. And if the intention is for you to watch the pitch video and then play the game, I think your pitch video works really well because you plant the seeds of the narrative, like plant the seeds of things are not as they seem, and there's some like intrigue in the narrative, so that's on my mind while I'm playing the game, which is really smart because you don't have as much time to work with. Since it's like a shorter jam game, you don't really have the space to fit all that in. So I think planting those seeds in the pitch video makes a lot of sense. So, according to Reddit, if your game doesn't get any attention, that's because it's bad. Yeah, I find that like it's interesting. A lot of Reddit advice is all over the place. I feel like you can find any opinion on Reddit. But yeah, I think like when it comes down to it, ultimately you do have to make a good game. And there's like a lot of stuff you can do to improve your game. But there is also a huge leg of it that is like actually getting attention on the game, which, you know, the better the game is, the easier job you're going to have with marketing, but they go hand in hand, you know? It's like you can do a really great job marketing a game that's not that good, and you can make a really great game and then do a pretty bad job of marketing it. But both sides of it will make the other job easier, right? So, I wish I could hear the Reddit opinion on my game, but all of my messages get deleted by the moderator. Oh, like if you ever post something, like promoting Calamity, do you prefer, is Calamity good shorthand for your game name? Inner Demons Calamity, ID Cal? I don't know what the short form should be, but whenever you post something promoting it, it gets deleted right away? That kind of sucks. Oh, Bing J, what the heck? Bing J with the super chat. Thank you so much. Drop this while listening to you, dropping fire tips and advice. Keep it up. Thank you, Bing J. I appreciate that. Oh, your comic that you posted recently was sick. I really liked it. And importantly, I really liked it, and Insandio really liked it. Insandio, last night, we were getting ready for bed, and Insandio was talking about your comic for a long time. And Sandy was like, it's so good. It's like the art style is super unique. Like, you know, I know Bing J makes video games, but this makes me want to just see him post a whole comic series so I could read the whole thing. It's so good. I was like, dang, and Sandy really liked it. So, but yeah, can we get some +2s in chat for Bing J, the king himself? A new fan gained. Yeah, right? And Sandio was going buck wild. So, I am the Reddit. Hey, Redley. You got the first half at least. I'm honored. Yeah, I mean, it was a really good comic. I enjoyed it. I don't know what's happening, but I'm here. Welcome in, Gabriel. Can someone help me? Aiden Rose has been forcing me to develop in crunch time for 8 hours for a game name jam. Listen to him. I think Aiden is giving you good advice here. Spoken as someone who knows nothing about the situation. Yeah, Bing J coming back from the dead. Maybe this time zone is better for Bing J as well. Who knows? Bing W, the classic. Can you ask Insandio what she meant by Astro on the Free Will Jam comments real quick? Hold on. Let me go see what that comment is. Let me open it up. Because I might be able to understand. I do know her pretty well. Devil May Fly. Boom. Check the comments. Heck yeah, peak game. I think Astro really cooked. Holy. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Like, actually, who is Astro? Insandio is doing some obscure bit that I'm unaware of. We're doing a Just Chatting stream right now. We'll be playing some games made by some community games later. Yes, exactly. Right now, just chatting, answering questions, providing like tips or advice for anyone who wants it, and then isn't Astro the one dude in Music General? Oh, Astro is space is space flight is tank flying. She made Free Will into an ARG. True. Insandio on a whole nother level. Insandio! I meant Destro. Oh, she meant Destro. You know what? If I was really thinking about it, I could have told you she meant Destro. If I thought about who's the characters in the game. Right, she was saying that the voice actor for Destro really killed it. That's what she was saying. Gosh dang it. That's what she meant. Yep. Yeah, I remember she was telling me off stream how much she really loved Destro's voice acting. And I was like, what about the general? Do you think the general was good? She was like, take it or leave it. So I'm kidding, by the way. Are you gonna make a video playing the Silksong DLC? Oh, probably actually. Now that I think about it, I do want to play that DLC when it comes out. Character in game voice acted by a legend named Bits. Oh, that was Bits? Dang, Bubba, Bits is a good voice actor. Holy smokes. Mr. Shovel, I just put a pizza in. Can you set a 22-minute timer? Yeah, sure. Hold on. 22 minutes. Timer. Wait, is there a timer feature? Boom, 22 minutes. Now let me see if I can capture how to capture this most appropriately. Window capture. Will this work? Timer. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to alter this timer slightly, but don't mind that. I think at this point it's not 22 minutes, it's like 21:30. So I'm gonna set 21:30. Create a new source, timer, window, Chrome. See, is this gonna work? It's not capturing. Well, I have the timer running. Well, we'll figure it out. You know what I can do, actually? Much better. Way better than doing it one step at a time. Let me just add some text here. Boom. And we're going to say 20... what is it? 55? Perfect. All right, and then I'll update this every once in a while. So we're gonna hide this back here over next to Isadora. So, all right, remind me to update the timer every once in a while, chat. Okay. I was thinking making a short comic about Levi and the commander over a decade before the game. He had been 15 at a time, just became king, and would cover their relationship. I would be very interested in, in seeing more about their backstory. So, what up, Monarch? It's Terrifier. Saw you in the Bad Ideas Jam. What up, Terrifier? Hey, Terrifier. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's the game design decision you made that you're most proud of? Ooh, that's a good question. I think, have I told the story before about like the single word change in the Halo Infinite, the mission with the like the big drill? Because I was really proud of that one. So, there's a default timer in Stream Deck. Oh, really? Okay, I'll need to figure that out. Oh, turning it into a Metroidvania. True. Yeah, making Isadora's Edge a Metroidvania is like, proud is interesting. I'm really happy I did it. I don't know if I'm super proud about it, but you know, like, I don't know if pride is how I feel. Maybe if the game turns out really good, I'll be proud of it. So, can you use a Steam Deck as a Stream Deck? 5head. How'd I come up with Isadora as a character? So I did the Vimlark Jam, like the Vim Jam. What was it, 2022 or something? And I made Isadora's Edge as a game jam. It was like a 10-day jam. I did like all the art, everything myself, except for the music, which INSANDIO did. And Isadora at the time, I just made like a default swordsman lady to be the main character. Then when I decided to expand it into a full game, first I decided on like some story stuff I wanted to do, figured out some like who the character should be. And then I worked with the artist who designed Isadora's like appearance, gave him all the info about what she like, kind of what she looks like a description, as well as like her personality and stuff. And then we did a bunch of iterations on like different, you know, silhouettes, different body shapes, different armor types, all kinds of stuff until we got to the design we wanted. So, yeah, I mean, just a pretty standard character design process as far as I know. So, which platform you find more efficient for promoting your game? Obviously in my experience, YouTube has been the best. But I know people have a lot of success on Twitter. I've seen that a lot. Because I think like people do use Twitter for finding games to wishlist quite a bit. I don't think I'm good at posting on Twitter. At least none of my tweets get very much attention. So I don't think I'm any good at posting on Twitter. But it's a skill that I should probably learn at some point. I promote my game on Tumblr. You know what? Okay, I think Tumblr is a good place for promoting your game for sure. With the most Vari message of all time. Honestly, I feel like talk to me about in the Shovel Discord, I'll tell you about marketing is more Vari coded than saying I'm Vari. Okay, I need to update the text, huh? Okay, let me properties. All right, we're at 1713. Okay. Boom. Reddit too, but the mods are terrifying. Everything I've seen from people talking about Reddit has seemed like the conversion isn't that good. Like even if they get a lot of attention on Reddit, it doesn't convert to that many wish lists, but that might be, you know, extreme bias on the things I've seen. It might work pretty well. So market me this, Batman. I'm from the UK. Real shovelheads would get this joke. See, I'm Vari too. That one, it's like sort of Vari coded, but not as Vari coded as ping me in Discord. I'll tell you about marketing. So unless you have super neat visuals. Yeah, I think having visuals is like having attractive and appealing visuals is an important part of marketing. It matters quite a bit. So what's the number in the top left? That's the timer for Vari's Pizza. It's extremely slow though. It says 1713, but it's 1618 right now. So maybe the real Vari was the friends we made along the way. That's true. I think, like, when you really get down to it, that's the message I'm trying to get across in this stream. You know, the real Vari is the friends we made along the way, or something like that. Time diluted pizza. Yeah, basically. My experience with Reddit has been wholly negative. Yeah, often I'll find myself like, if I'm on Reddit for any reason, I end up angry. So I should really stop going there. So, What's the chance my game will be featured on your stream today? Is it better to play the lottery? What's your game, Logic Phantom? I can tell you we're starting with Luna's jam winning game because I can't believe Luna won another jam. Dude has participated in 3 jams and won 2 of them. Dude is too cracked. YouTube for life. I do love YouTube. I've been a fan of YouTube. Dear Shovel, true. Reddit still doesn't make me as angry as Twitter, but Twitter has some really funny posts. So I just can't give it up. So I have totally, what's the word? Hacked my Twitter algorithm, where if someone says something even a little annoying, even just like the tiniest bit annoying, I fully mute them or block them, whichever button I just happen to click. So I have hand pruned my algorithm to where the majority of what I see on Twitter are people promoting their indie game or really cool art from cool artists. That's like almost 100% of my algorithm. So I hope I don't get muted. Yeah, dude, I realized I had the creator of Godot, yeah, Juan Linetsky. I had him muted on Twitter because I misread one of his tweets. I click mute so freely on Twitter that I misread it, thought he was saying something he wasn't, and muted on instinct. And then later I realized I accidentally muted him and undid it. But yeah, so there's a chance that anyone here is muted on Twitter because I just clicked it without thinking, except for Cypher. There is no chance that Cypher is muted on Twitter. Dude, Tank Game nailed this with the title screen. Yeah, Monarch's UI stuff is so good. Monarch, are you still up for giving me some advice on UI at some point when I'm working on it? I used to use it to see Splatoon posts. Then I made a second account and it kept sending me recommendations for the Boy Kisser Reddit and I felt called out. Nice. I wish I had cool visuals, but one time Azzy Brain said it's very unattractive, so I need to make my game into vector art now. IDT. Let me tell you something, IDT. You have one of the most attractive games from all of Shovelcourt. The visuals in IDCal are unbelievably appealing. I think when it comes to visual appeal, that's the thing you have to worry about the least. Like, as long as you continue doing what you're doing. I think your game has the classic indie game appeal to a ridiculously high degree. Out of every game I've played on stream, your game is obviously like, I haven't even played it on stream. I've just seen it in Discord. But out of all the games I played on stream and seen on Discord, the visual appeal of your game is like top 5, definitely. And the only reason I'm not saying number 1 is because I would need to go and think about all they played. Maybe House of Decay is pretty high too. But yeah, so I think visual appeal is something you don't need to worry about at all. So I think I need more shaders. Look, Shovel, I'm good at UI, but I'm absolutely horrible at getting them to scale across different resolutions. So if you want me to get stun locked into black bars, hit me up. Sounds good. Sounds good. You can't just only take in negative voice. You have to listen to the positive ones too. Yeah, that's actually really useful advice. It's something I learned. I like, you know, what's it called? Exposure therapy, where you see something in big numbers. It's like when my Game Dev Secrets first started getting attention, I was not ready for the amount of negative comments I suddenly was reading every day. Because, you know, when you're getting a lot of comments, even if 95% of them are really positive, 5% of a big number is a big number, right? So I was getting a lot of negative comments and I was hyper focusing on the negative ones, right? Rather than focusing on how many people were commenting like, this is really helpful, or thank you, or, oh, I love these shorts. And then a lot of people, or so that was like the vast majority of people. And then a couple negative comments about like, you know, bro, it doesn't know what he's talking about or whatever, right? And learning how to ignore those is very valuable. Being able to distinguish from comments that you can just ignore because they are not coming from a helpful place, right? It's like if someone leaves me a comment that's like, I think you didn't properly explain this idea in a way that's helpful to this kind of person. It's like, that's something I can take into consideration and potentially work on in the future. It's like, maybe they made a really good point. Maybe I did miss something, right? But if someone's just like, bro doesn't know what he's talking about, it's like, well, I do know what I'm talking about. So like, you know, that's not helpful, constructive feedback at all. So those are the kind of things that it's like, you have to, like, I think as a game developer, something you really need to develop is like the ability to discern between like helpful negativity, like criticism that is constructive versus just pure hater energy, to use common parlance, right? And then also being able to properly contextualize the negative versus positive comments in your head. Because when you, I think like it's well known that people tend to focus on the small number of negative comments instead of the large number of positive comments. So, yeah. Positive feedback doesn't help anything get better; it just makes it stagnant. It's nice, but that's it. I think I completely disagree. I think this is like probably the root cause of a lot of the internal struggles that you're having with the feedback you're taking. Positive feedback tells you you're moving in the right direction. Now, you do need to be able to separate someone who is just saying a nice thing because they don't want to hurt your feelings versus genuine positive feedback. But when I tell you that your game is extremely appealing from a visual perspective to the point where you've got the visual appeal of marketing down pat, like you have the visual appeal, that's not me just being nice. That's not me like chopping up my opinion and trying not to hurt your feelings. That is genuinely what I think. And I am extremely picky when it comes to things I think are visually appealing, which is why I spend so long on all the different visual elements of Isadora's Edge. So that's not me just glazing you for the point of glazing you. That's me giving you like genuine feedback that you're in the right direction with your artistic, like you're moving correctly with your artistic direction, you know? And that's very useful because I think getting a +1 that you're doing things in a good way is helpful for knowing that you can continue doing things in that way. Similarly, I can give you a discrete example from Game Dev Secrets is I was making some of the shorts I was making, I was not sure if they were actually helping people or if I needed to switch up with like what I was doing. And then I saw a lot of positive feedback of like, this short really helped me. Like this definitively helped me when I was working on something. And that positive feedback lets me know that the things I'm doing are actually helping people, right? I don't need to worry as much about like, is this the perfect amount or am I saying things perfectly? Because I know that it is helping people, right? And that positive feedback is what helped me make new shorts that I think have continued to help people. So, just try to remember that when you are being self-critical, which is a thing that happens all the time, and I think really creative people do tend to be pretty self-critical, right? Especially artists, right? So because you can see your own flaws. When someone's giving you positive feedback and you know that there are flaws with it, they're not saying, like, it's easy to think that they see the flaw too and they're ignoring it to say something nice because they don't really mean it. But in actuality, I think that other people not seeing the flaws is because they have fresh eyes and they have a different take, right? And it can help you know whether you're in the right direction, right? If you like, just to be extremely concrete, if you send out a playtest to 1,000 people and 998 of them are having a great time and they all give straight 10s in the feedback category and they all type, this game is amazing. That's a lot of positive feedback. That is a truly astonishing amount of positive feedback. That would mean you have done something incredibly correctly, right? That would be very useful. So I think I've been yapping. The pizza, hold on. Where are we at on pizza? Okay. Updating. It's not burned yet. Everyone calm down. We're at 7:44, okay? 7:44 on the pizza. Cool. The pizza, man, the pizza. The only kinds of feedback I ever found kind of unhelpful is I wish it was longer. I think that's like, I think that's actually still useful in some ways because it lets you know that people were enjoying it. But yeah, I think especially if you're talking about music, I can see it's like if you made a piece and it's like delivering everything you want, and they're like, I wish the song was longer. well, like, you know, the music is telling a story. There's like a whole point to every piece of the music, right? I think that's something that's like really important to the artistic process of creating music is there's like, it has movements to it. It has things that it's doing and saying, right? Each part of the song has a particular meaning. So just saying make it longer by default, it's like, well, which part of the story do I need to change? So, but yeah, okay. It's like wanting more is a good thing. If someone wants more of the game you're making, that's a really good sign. Someone's like, I just wish I could play for longer. It's like, well, I'm cooking. So, yeah. Sorry, I distracted from the timer. I won't do it again. Feel free to distract from the timer as much as you want, Nikki. It's all good. I've received, oh, hold on. I received no feedback. The world has scorned me. I have some, feedback. Do a little dance. Maybe that'll get you some attention. I'd like to see for the third game. Hold on. Tofu. I saw a Reddit comment on a 2D game that's getting a 3D sequel. It said something like you should have a 2D toggle for people that don't like 3D. Also, here's some things I'd like to see for the third game. Yeah, I'd like a 2D toggle for people who don't like 3D. Yeah, it is funny, like the things that take longer in game development that get a little ignored. I think the average non-game developer does not have the sense of what takes a lot of time and is hard to do, and what is very easy to do and doesn't take a lot of time. It's like the classic meme that I really enjoy, where it's like talking to game developers blows my mind, because I'll be like, what if you added like a portal from hell that summons a demon and it pops out and shoots fire everywhere, and like there's an awesome song playing in the background, and then it starts attacking you. It's like, okay, yeah, we can work on that. Get a prototype up soon. And then they're like, okay, cool. And then can we give the main character a scarf? And they're like, no, kill me. So yeah, I think it's so true. Let's see. Do you review people's games? Would love if you looked at our game and gave your thoughts. We're submitting it to the Bad Eyes GM. We're polishing it for Steam. Yeah, that sounds good. In Discord, there's a channel called Showcase Saturday. And if you post a link to your game there, I will enter it into the list of games to play. So me, when Shovel forgets, I write other things, but also glazes my art form so I can live with it. Godot or Unity for platformers? I prefer Godot. If you have a strong opinion towards Unity, then or you already have experience with Unity and don't have a strong reason to change, then I'd go with that. But I think for beginners, probably Godot. I think that basically sums it up. But I think they both have their strengths, so it's really whatever you want to work with, more or less. Did you figure out sandboxing in Itch app? I touched on it a little bit earlier. I talked with Quentin, and he recommended not using it. So I'm going to follow his steps on the things he recommended for trying to get the VM working. So, I think good feedback though is like my mom. My mom likes everything I. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say something very sad about my life, but instead I'll say, at least your mom likes the stuff you make. That's very beneficial. So, so I won't do downloadables today. Not today. The games I picked out are already, well, I mean, I think a few on the list are from Steam. So, rest in peace, Iron Rain, no malware. How do you balance game dev and YouTube? I'll have to do that soon. And I wish Uni. Yeah. So, I think it's tough. It really depends on like what you're trying to do. Recently I've gone into heavy like lock in on Isadora's Edge mode. So I've been dedicating more time than usual to Isadora's Edge. Usually I'll spend a little bit more time on YouTube stuff. But it really, for me, just comes down to having a schedule and having clear goals and deadlines that I'm working towards, right? And it's like right now, my primary focus is the Isadora's Edge demo. I really want to get that like into people's hands. I think I'm going to be running a playtest at the end of the month for some movement stuff. Which, by the way, if you want to get involved in the first ever Isadora's Edge playtest, you can subscribe on Patreon. I think it's the $10 tier is the playtesting one. So yeah, I'm going to be running a playtest for Isadora's Edge probably at the end of this month, because I have finished everything I want in the movement set for the demo, basically. And now I want to see if it's good, right? It's like, I am very, very happy with the movement. I think I have kind of cooked, and that the movement is so satisfying. And I think from even just like watching the videos and watching the shorts and stuff, you've seen some of the movement in action, and all the animations are super smooth and everything. So I want to actually test. And then if there are any things that I missed or anything that, people are actually struggling with, that, you develop a sort of blind spot on your own game, where it's like, I've been controlling Isadora for so long that to me, like maybe there's a little idiosyncrasy in the way her movement behaves that I've just baked into my understanding of how to control her. So, yeah. So yeah, I want to get it in people's hands, see how they play with it, and then if it's all great and people love the movement, then I can, lock that in, and that's good to go. Her movement set is ready for the demo. But I am literally not allowed to spoil. True. Shovel, you'll let. Oh, I missed that one dude doing a roguelike deck builder platformer during the Shovel Jam. I wonder how he's doing right now. The roguelike deck builder platformer. I remember like the deck builder 3D platformer with Trashbot, but playtest for Isadora. Lyra excited. Hope Aiden Rose is excited to be famous soon. Probably. I'm leaving now. Bye, Shovel and Chat. Don't play my game today. All right, Jumpy. Have a good one. Pizza check. Uh-oh, we're getting close to pizza time, Vari. We're at 1:23, baby. 1, 2, 3. All right, that pizza's almost there. I need to keep a close eye on it. IDT must have closed chat already. I'll never get to play Peak now. I wish I could eat that pizza. We all wish we could eat that pizza, huh? Especially me. when exactly is pizza time? It's in a minute exactly from right when I finish that word. I will not be famous in my lifetime and not be able to commit to my work enough. Well, one thing you gotta remember, Aiden Rose, is life is quite long. And in 10 years, you'll be a much different person than you are right now. So maybe in those 10 years, you'll develop extreme focusing skills. So, I don't like pizza, picky eater with a sensitive stomach. That's totally reasonable. It's like, when you have a sensitive stomach, sometimes you just can't eat stuff. Like I am allergic, well, intolerant, whatever. I can't eat peppers, bell peppers, spicy peppers, and it sucks because I love bell peppers. And I've never been able to eat spicy stuff because the peppers always mess with me, but I thought it was just a spicy thing. So I've always stayed away from spicy stuff, so I never really fell in love with it. But once I realized that peppers were the thing causing me so much physical pain and I stopped eating it, it's like, yeah, I don't have the pain anymore, so that feels good, but not being able to eat bell peppers. Uh-oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the timer. Vari, enjoy your pizza. It's pizza time. Pizza. All right. the forbidden fruit. Since I'll be doing game dev forever, in years when you're done with Isadora's Edge, we should work on a game jam shovel. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Once Isadora's Edge is released and I have some more time. We have to invite Luna too, though, because I want to win. I would like to win the game jam, so we got to get Luna in there. Yeah, ding, 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 ding. Oh, no. Am I dropping frames again? What the heck? What is going on with my internet connection today? That is surprising. Although it looks like it has stopped dropping frames at this point, but holy smokes. No, I will not have my delicious burned pizza. Luna, Tofu, Shovel, Game Jam, Dream Team. I mean, that's a pretty strong team. I mean, if we invite, let's say, RKI, maybe Lizard, there's a couple powerhouses. Obviously, I'm leaning towards the pixel artists here because we have Tofu and Luna in the squad, and me, I guess. So when I think about the other insane pixel artists, we got like RKI and Lizard that come to mind. But I'm making a game that is taking the on-rail shooter genre and making it off-rail, so it'll be momentum-based and will be a platform and have combat focus to it. Nice. Kind of sick. Yeah, Pixel Artists Unite. Hey, welcome in, David. Good to see you. Good to see you. We love pixel art in this household. True, true. Oh, Bing J, another potential member of the Dream Team there. Aiden, you do the OST, of course. Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me. Depending on the theming of the game as well. If it's a very silly game, then I know Bubba's music hits that like goofy, funny genre like incredibly well. If you need a song that's goofy, Bubba goes nutso on it. So most of my projects haven't been planned to be games. They're movies, shows, webcomics. There's a musical in there. Might change more of them to games. Yeah, I mean, I think like whatever you're passionate for making, you know. For me personally, I can't imagine doing like everything I imagine like creatively turns into a game in my head. So that's just like kind of how I work. But you know, people are very different. So I think he said it's a plugin. Oh, for Robert. How you doing? The comment pops up on the stream. It looks like interesting tech. Yeah, I just found a plugin that does it. I looked around. I was going to try to like make it work myself, and then I found a plugin. I was like, that saves me a lot of effort. So pizza is safe. Check general chat. Oh, we got a picture of that pizza. Uh-oh. Open. Let's get this. All right, hold on. As a reward for keeping track of the pizza. Pizza. Let's add an image. Boom. Downloads. Boom. Hello, pizza. We can look at this in like some nice detail. You got some, what is that, charring? It's not burnt or anything, but not bad. Not bad. I like the Frico on the outside. Is that what it's called? Maybe Insandio would let me know. All right, you guys get to have this pizza as a treat, all right? Be gentle with it. Vari is sharing the pizza with chat right now, so I want you guys to take this seriously, okay? No one do anything mean to this pizza. All right. Stuffed crust, charred goodness, true. Such a Chicago pie. My head somehow convincing that making a game that's sometimes a fighting game, sometimes an RPG, and sometimes a top-down action is a good idea. Sounds like it could be good. Sounds like it could be a fun game for sure. So, I can say you are not Italian. Yeah, it's not a classically Italian pizza, I think. Bro's putting it in the overlay. I knew it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want chat to be able to enjoy this pizza. If I just instantly, like, if I just show it and take it away, then, like, suddenly you don't get to enjoy the pizza. So, I've never met a pizza I've been gentle to. That's true right there. That's damn true. Do you have any advice for getting a Kickstarter? Not really, but maybe once I run my Kickstarter, I'll be able to have a better piece of advice. Right now, I want to get the demo out so people can play the game and then decide if they want to kickstart it, if they like it, right? If they play the game and they think this is really cool, I want to continue playing this, I want to play the full version of this game, then you can go to Kickstarter, and then I'll be able to finish it. But yeah, essentially I need to get to the Kickstarter before I run out of funding. And I obviously I've just been funding everything out of pocket. So I need to get the demo out so I can run the Kickstarter before my bank accounts are empty. And then if that doesn't work out, I'll have to like probably reach out to publishers or something. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, once I've run a Kickstarter, I might be able to give better advice. So we'll see. Shovel the Band Pit has caught another. Yeah, I need to fix it. It's supposed to delete all the messages from that account when it catches a bot, and it caught a bot before. But it seems like it didn't actually delete all their messages, so I need to go check the settings on that. I totally forgot to do that, but Isadora looks like an amazing game. Thank you, thank you. I'm very happy with the progress on it so far. I feel like for a long time the movement felt really good and the combat felt okay, and now the movement I feel like is some of my favorite movement I've ever like played. Like, you know, I really love the movement in the game, so I'm testing it out. I'm planning to test it out with that playtest. And then the combat I have gotten from good to feeling really good. So I need to lock in a little bit more, make sure everything's good with the combat. I might do my like third or fourth pass on the enemy AI, like getting their behavior systems working to be more interesting to fight against. I've already done so many reworks on them because I keep changing how I want them to work. And now I want them to be way more self-directed than they were before. Because before I was kind of like placing them in the level, giving them their set of stuff to do in a specific order, which caused it to like, you know, it executed behavior specifically for that area. And that's good, and can still work with how I want to lay out some of the rooms. But I need them to basically have a default action like system so that they can drive themselves even if they get into a weird state because the player's like going the other way or whatever. So I really need to think about how I want to work those enemies, because on Isadora's side, the attacks feel good. The effects for hitting the attacks feel really good. It's like the motion of hitting the attacks feels really good. It's all very responsive, heavily influenced by Silksong. I reference Silksong a lot to try to get the combat feeling really good. And I think it does. I think it does feel really good. But now I need to make sure the enemies are, you know, lifting their weight appropriately. Because although it feels great to control her, sometimes the enemies don't feel as smart as I need them to. But in any case, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Self-funding an action platform in expensive West Coast city. I don't know anything about that. Nice. Oh, can we sign up for the playtest? Get yours now by subscribing as a member of Patreon. True. Yeah, I'm going to be running the playtest for the playtesting tier on Patreon. So that's, yeah. If you want to participate in the playtest, that's how to get in there right now. Eventually, I'll open it up to a more public playtest. But right now, I want to keep it kind of limited as much as I can. So, do YouTube memberships count too? What other engines have you worked with? A longtime viewer, first time chatter. Hey, welcome in, Billy Drink. Or I guess welcome to the chat room. What engines have I worked with? So I've used Unity, both personally for game jams and professionally working on the Bazaar, as well as working on another game in another game studio. Obviously, I use Godot both for game jams, Isadora's Edge, and professionally in a studio. Just one studio, though. I've used the Slipspace engine while working on Halo Infinite. And the Slipspace engine is proprietary, so it's not like you can even use that. But my boss has told me, or not, my previous boss at 343 told me it's very similar to Unreal, and now 343 has switched to Unreal. So I haven't used Unreal that much. I've played with it a little bit just to get a sense of some stuff, but I think it's mostly similar to Slipspace, but those are the ones that I've really used. I also used Game Maker when they approached me for the sponsorship. I was like, I should give this a try to make sure, you know, make sure I rock with it. And I do like a lot of the stuff about Game Maker. I can see the benefits of it very much. I get why the people who like Game Maker are really into Game Maker. So, how does collaborating work with making games when there's multiple programmers? So you're gonna want to use a version control software, something like Git, where you can. And the way that works is essentially you check out a file where you're like saying, I am pulling this file onto my machine and making changes to it, and then Git tracks the changes that you made, and then when you push the file back to the repository, it applies those changes to the version that everyone can check out, everyone can download. And if multiple people have the same file checked out, you can apply those changes like in order, where you commit and then they commit on top of it. And Git will try to do it automatically, but sometimes you'll have merge conflicts where it's like it doesn't know like which thing it should listen to, how things should be applied in what order. And whenever you get a merge conflict, you just have to sort those out manually, where it'll list all the changes to the file. You say, oh, I want my change there, I want their change there. When you're working in Godot and you're using version control like that, you do run into the issue with the scene files. If both people check out the same scene and they're both making changes to it, then when you try to like both commit, you'll get a merge conflict, and those are much harder to resolve because like with code, you're just looking at text, right? So you can understand what everything's doing. And there are T scene files, which are text scene files. And so you can actually see what the changes are kind of, but generally when I get a merge conflict in a scene file in Godot, I will copy the one I have locally. Like I'll make a copy that's like, and then I'll put underscore for merge in the name. So I have the merge scene file, and then I will just completely replace the scene file with mine. And then I can open both scene files next to each other and see what they did, and then look at my changes to it and then replicate them if I need to. That's a really brute force way to do it, but it's the way that I found that's easiest. So that's sort of it. Oh, don't forget to like the stream chat. Thank you, Lyra. I always forget. Yeah, if you're watching the stream right now, make sure you click that like button. It helps tremendously for both the reach and it just makes YouTube happy with how the video is doing. So make sure you click that like button. Really appreciate it. Yeah, no, you know what? Shovel Stream is time to get good. Samaritan up. Oh, time to get Good Samaritan up to 10K words from 9K. Let's go. We're locking in. This pizza is so good. Oh my God. All right. Vari has eaten part of the pizza. All right. Well, unfortunately, Vari has eaten some of the pizza, everyone. So we must properly account for that. How much? Let's see. Maybe eat this much of the pizza and then something like this. All right. We're losing some pizza, but that's okay. There's still some pizza left, okay? So I'm locking in yes, though this is just a narrative. Got it. Trying to fix a scene merge conflict seems so bad. Yeah, it can be tough, but it's also, it depends on what you're doing a lot of the time. Also, I got a slice, so remove that too. Okay, sorry, hold on. I totally forgot about tofu slice. Got to get rid of some of that. We're assuming tofu is not a big eater here, though, so boom. All right. That's how much pizza we got left at this point. Hio! Welcome in, Hio. Pizza! Yeah, you're in time. People are eating it pretty quick, though, so, I mean, I'm glad you got in here before it's all gone, but we'll see. I bet on losing pizza. Nice. Like this stream, or you will be haunted by inbound pitchfork. Nice. They always forget about tofu slice. Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, like I said, I do have to go early today. Why are you guys just eating the crust? How am I supposed to eat the middle without getting my hands sticky? I could say use a fork and knife, but I think the chat might mutiny. I think someone else would take over. Oh my gosh. Okay, with a big super chat. Thank you so much. Okay. I also wanted to thank you for making Vessel the thumbnail for the last stream. It made me so happy. If you ever want to use my game as a thumbnail again, I'd be ecstatic to draw you a custom one with Isadora in it. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. I really appreciate that. That's huge. First, everyone, let's hit some +2s in chat for okay. And second, yeah, I'll definitely take you up on that. For the next Showcase Saturday that you're featured in, I'll totally hit you up for a custom thumbnail. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's orange. I wonder how it decides how to like style those in like the plugin, but yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, +20. True, +20 actually. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Okay. All right, but yeah, like I said, I have to end the stream a little bit early today, so I should probably jump into these games so I can actually play some. So, who here is going to eat the last slice of this pizza before we go to the games? I need some volunteers. If you want to eat the last slice, someone say I will eat it. Say I will. Let me see some of those, and then I'll pick someone to eat the last slice. I'm the one who donates in stream. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I really appreciate that. It actually is. It's hugely helpful. Okay, we got a bunch of I wills. I'm going to randomly click one of them. This person is getting the pizza. Gnome49. All right, Gnome49, you're getting the last slice of pizza. Hope you enjoy it. Playing with dolls over here live on stream. Nom, 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 nom. Okay. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Shovel, we were trying to make free will a Steam game under a 4-month dev cycle. Do you think we could pull it off? If you scope it appropriately, yeah. Because with a 4-month dev cycle, you should be feature locked in 2 months. And then the second 2 months should be polishing things, making sure everything works, play testing, iterating on stuff. So that 4-month dev cycle, I think, is going to prove to be very, very crunchy on time. But Bing J and OK, the big W sponsors, true. Bing J and OK keeping this ship running. Let's see if we can do 5 months, maybe. Yeah. What I would say is try to get a version that's very playtestable that you can actually put in people's hands and see how they feel about like the progression and the story. Like get something that is a very representative slice of what the full game is going to be like, ready in half of the time you allot to it. Something like that. With what I have planned over summer, you could definitely say that. Oh my gosh, Atomic Operations with a super chat as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Can we get some +2s in chat for Atomic Operations as well? That's huge. Thank you. Atomic Operations joining the W Club with Bing J and OK. Yeah, Vari says 6 months is realistic, but longer is better. Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to like overscope. You don't want to give yourself 12 months and then think, now that we have a full year for this game, I can do a bajillion things. But really think about what are the core things you need to do to get the game ready for those like vertical slice playtests that are a very representative slices, that are very representative slice of the game you're going to make. And then once you have that locked in, really think about how much time that's going to take. I thought short dev cycles were the Steam meta. Did Father Zukowski lie to me? I think short dev cycles are good because you don't want to like just spin forever on a game. But also I think like you want to make sure you give the game the time it needs. And it's also very genre dependent, right? If you were making the tank game a roguelike where you get to pick between 3 upgrades to the tank between waves and then it's about staying alive as long as you can. And then each new run you pick. Yeah, you could probably get something like that up in a faster dev cycle. And I think Monarch probably just started jumping around the room happily. Oh my gosh. Lyra with the $2, another new sponsor. This is a crazy like super chat train. Thank you. Can we get some +2s for Lyra as well? Oh my gosh, and Tofu with the membership. Forgot I had this too. Hey guys, like the stream. A 3-month member. Let's go. +2 for OK and +2 for Lyra. Thank you so much, both of you. Oh, I can bounce between both of the messages. Look, a little celebration going on. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Yeah, we got a bunch of +2s coming in. +2 for me. Lyra +2ing herself. New meta. That's awesome. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I really appreciate that. I kind of got stun locked a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, so you could do like a roguelike type thing with upgrades to the tank, and I think you could probably do the dev cycle on that faster. But if you want it to be like mission based and very structured, that's going to take longer. It also depends on how much content you want in the game, how much stuff are you going to add, like what are you going to do to expand it into a fuller release. All of those questions you will need an answer for, and they will also directly determine what the dev cycle is going to need to be, right? So awesome. Shovel, let us do the work. Yeah. We doing games. Nice. Okay. First off, we have happy break. I like the stream being earlier. Yeah, you guys have to let me know if the stream being earlier is preferable. I've been waking up earlier and earlier because it sounds stupid, but it makes me feel like I'm working for longer. Like if I start work at 8 a.m. and finish up at like, 11 p.m., it feels like I got a lot of time. I spent a lot of time on the game, as opposed to if I get up at 10 a.m. and work until like 12 a.m. Those aren't the same. I assume it was the same amount of hours, but it feels like I'm more productive the earlier I get up, so it's a good time for Chile. Nice. Why is it early? Now I'm late. Metronome. Okay. Easier for me to stay up than to wake up early, to be honest. Yeah, that's like, I'm also pretty good at staying up. I had sleep apnea really badly. And so before I got my CPAP machine, I would wake up 100 times an hour from my sleep apnea. And if you think to yourself 100 times an hour, doesn't that mean you're not really sleeping? You would be basically correct. So I've gotten really good at operating without sleep. But now that I have my CPAP machine, I feel extremely well rested, even if I'm only in bed for like 5 or 6 hours, because I'm just used to operating on so little sleep. Now I'm probably just in a state of sleep debt that I'll never repay for my entire life. But yeah, getting up early, I feel like I've gotten a lot done recently. So 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. is a lot of hours. Yeah, I've been grinding on Isadora's recently. Like on Isadora's Edge, my task list is unbelievable. Actually, let me open up my board. I can tell you like the hour tracking I have for the past 3 weeks. Because my sprints are 3 weeks and they start on Mondays. So I basically just finished my 3-week sprint. My new one will start on the 13th. And I have logged. Let me open up a calculator so I'm not lying. Get the math correct. Plus 18. Over the past 3 weeks, I've logged 258 hours, which is a lot. Now, some tasks, I only do hour increments. So if I fix a bug in like 15 minutes, that counts as an hour. So it's a little bit inflated by some of the tasks that got finished up pretty quickly. But then there are plenty of tasks that, took a day. So that's not really that inflated. So yeah, I've been really grinding it out. Insandio's been trying to get me to chill a little bit. But yeah. Not gonna lie, Shovel, you've given me motivation to work on my game. I've been really demotivated right now. Can't wait for my own CPAP at the end of the tri-weekly appointments some nurses are making me do. Give me more energy to work on things. Yeah, that's like the big difference, is having the energy to really focus on stuff. I feel like sometimes if I'm well rested enough, I feel like I never got that good at handling my ADHD while completely well rested. You know what I mean? It's like when my brain is fully like at full power and it's just bouncing around max speed, trying to like tune that in, rein that in can be kind of tough. I'm more used to my brain being a little bit slower. So, but yeah, I think one thing that is really nice is having like a concrete plan for myself. Like Insandio has been helping me list out all the tasks and get everything organized. And so having that task list is really useful, because when I go to work on something, I can just grab the next task and I know immediately what I need to do, which means my brain doesn't have that much time to bounce around. So I just hop onto that task and then get going right away. So, oh, what did Atomic Operations say? Shovel, you give me motivation to work on my game. I've been really demotivated right now. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think sometimes you can get really demotivated and it's like tough. And also like getting overwhelmed. That's a big one. It's like when I break down the tasks for Isadora's Edge and think about how much I have left to do to make the demo good, it can be overwhelming, especially when I'm like, now I need to make sure the enemies are extremely fun to fight against. And it's like, well, I don't know exactly how long that's going to take. Because what if I spend, 2 weeks making these enemies as good as I can, and then it's still not good enough, and I need to spend another 2 weeks cycling on it? It's like, yeah, it's tough. So, yeah, I wish I could do a bunch of tasks, but it takes so long to make them good enough to begin with. I've done like one thing in 8 days. Yeah, I know what you mean. Luckily, a lot of my tasks this sprint were like stuff that weren't that hard to figure out. Like, the transition between these two states is a little weird, or if you wall jump and bonk your head on the ceiling above you, Isadora goes stateless. And it's not an issue, because when she's stateless, she'll just start falling and it looks totally normal, but it's better if she doesn't lose her state. It's like there's clearly a bug causing her to not properly be in either the wall jump state or the falling state. So fix it. And so that stuff is like pretty easy to do. And so fixing some of those bugs and some of those edge cases is like, doesn't take that much extra thought. I just have to do it. But yeah, stuff like make the enemy behavior more fun to fight against, that's like very open-ended, and that can be hard. So I'm totally with you there. Last time when you played my game, it really motivated me to finish. Thanks for that. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Something I liked doing last summer was writing down every time I did something even small, having a record of progress, even slow progress, seeing it all can be motivating. I think that's true too. Yeah. I think, breaking my tasks up into smaller tasks, rather than giving myself a week to do a big thing, giving myself a day to do each of the 5 things of that one big task is way more motivating. Because when I mark something off on my task board, I'm like, let's go. We're making progress. If I just do this, 10,000 more times, the game is done. So, and so that's really all there is to it, is like figuring out what gets your own brain going. And, everyone's very different. So it can be hard to figure out what's going to make your brain the most locked in. But once you find a pattern, and then also making sure, like, if you're working on stuff, feel free to ask for help. Like finding people around you, trusted friends, colleagues, people in the shovel cord. Having people to help you is good. It's like, for me, Insandio is like an absolute necessity on the project, because she sits me down and walks me through getting all the tasks laid out. And like, obviously the stuff I need to do is in my head. And so she gets me to explain it all to her, and we figure out how to lay out the tasks in a way that's way more broken down. And when I have a task that I'm not sure how to break it down yet, we add a task to the board that's like, do the design work to figure out the solution so that you can put all the tasks on the board. And so that kind of stuff is incredibly helpful. And that's the thing I struggle with doing by myself, right? So having her there to help me with that process is really huge. Like essentially doing the job of a producer. So now you might not be able to find someone just willing to sign on and be your producer. But having someone who can help you with the stuff you really struggle with can be a big deal. So OMG, I'm people and I'm helpful. That's true. Monarch is very helpful. If you're struggling with Godot stuff, Monarch will try to help you. So will Mariano. Sounds like Rubber Ducky. Yeah, Rubber Ducky is also very helpful. I used to Rubber Duck at Amazon quite a lot. So. Oh, what's something you wish you knew when you started using Godot? Use export for references, call down, signal up, and abuse class names. Those are 3 really good tips. Call down, signal up is a great pattern to follow up. Try to avoid using get parent. If you're using get parent, you need to like give yourself a reason. It's like, there's a concept in in programming in general, but also in game development. There's a concept in programming called code smells. And it's like, your code has a stink to it. There's something stinky about what you just wrote. And you can tell that you're doing something bad. And even if you don't know exactly what it is you're doing bad, you can smell that there's a problem. And there are like well-documented code smells. There are well-documented code smells that it's like, if this is happening, it's a bad thing. And so you can learn what all those code smells are. And then if you see it in your code, that you're doing something kind of iffy. But also you can invent your own code smells so that you stop yourself from doing something. And one of my personal code smells is get parent. If I find myself typing get parent, I have to say, okay, this is stinky. Am I willing to do this? And so I think that's the kind of thing that you want to develop for yourself, is like a sense of how to detect you're doing something that's going to hurt you in the long run, right? Because when it comes to code architecture, you want to make sure like you're keeping your stuff maintainable in a way that you'll be able to continue working on it in the future. And it's like, the worse your architecture is, the longer it's going to take you to add new features or develop new systems. You're just going to run into a lot of problems. You're setting yourself up for failure. And so making a way, like coming up with systems that allow you to detect that failure ahead of time and course correct before you have to, do big refactors and overhauls down the line, is something that's incredibly valuable. Especially the longer the project is, the more important that code architecture is going to be. And so in my mind, I think being able to develop that sense for yourself is very, very huge. Dependency management issues like that are always hard. Yeah, I've been thinking about, it's like I was working on some game dev secrets yesterday, and 2 of the ones I was trying to write are one for like the single responsibility principle of like, if you find yourself making one of your nodes do a whole bunch of stuff, break it into other nodes to make it like Godot specific, right? And then also side effects. I feel like that's something I see a lot in beginner code. Is there's a lot of functions with a lot of side effects that should not be happening. If you call check health, it shouldn't also decrement the health. Otherwise, every time you check the enemy's health, they're going to take damage, right? Stuff like that is good to know. If the function name doesn't imply that something is going to mutate under the hood, it should not mutate under the hood. And so figuring out how I can phrase that in a way that's helpful for everyone to understand is something good to do. So. Number 1 rule of Godot is never let them see your code. Oh my God, never let them see your comments, or that time you said 90 instead of const 90 degrees. Yeah, it's like, and figuring out like your own style is helpful. It's like, for me, all my constants are all caps with underscores. So if I see something that looks like that, something that looks like 90 degrees right here, I know just off the dome that that's a constant. I don't need to go check what it is. And then lowercase is for variables. So having your own code consistency is good. That's why style guidelines, especially when you work at a game studio or in any software company, there are style guidelines for the code. And then you follow those style guidelines so that everyone knows what's going on. And those are very valuable. Like there's a reason that the people do it that way. But I need my 1,000 line game manager script. I mean, in some cases, you can't really avoid having a lot of responsibilities for something, especially for glue, right? For the glue structures that hold the game together, sometimes they do just end up being very large. But if you have a lot of scripts that are very large and doing a lot of stuff, that's kind of stinky, you know? That's kind of one of those code smells you really want to look out for. So, Shovel, you should try Rust. Every parameter in function is either mute, explicitly saying that it mutates, or without it, it doesn't mutate. Yeah, I had, at one of the studios I worked at previously, there was a guy that was like the Rust king, really obsessed with Rust, wanted everyone to use Rust. He really tried to push it on me. But I'm totally fine with just like my GD script. It's getting everything done, so. 6 out of times asking for help, they ignore the thing I asked about to tell me about the time I wrote a comment that says this function adds 8 numbers. Yeah, I think that is also really good practice, is writing helpful comments. It's like, there is like the good developer practice of self-documenting code, where it's like, if you read the code, you should know what it does. And that's good, but sometimes even if you know what it does, you don't know why it's doing it. And so having something that explains why you're doing something is good. Like, I added a buffer system for my wall climbing because there were cases where you could lose the wall climb, but still be in a wall grace timer. So if you tried to wall climb, it should work, but instead it gets overwritten with a wall jump, because the wall jump is in its grace time, basically. So some of my grace timers are fighting with each other. So I made a buffer so that if you're buffering the wall climb, it will not override it with a wall jump from grace, right? And it's a lot of complicated intermingling to make it behave exactly like I want it to. But if I read the code, I understand that there's a buffer keeping me in the wall climb state, but I don't know why it's doing it. So I leave a comment that's like, this wall climb buffer exists to stop wall jumps from overriding the climb if they're both coming from grace. And it's like, okay, awesome. Like, now if I look at that code, I can read it to know what it's doing, and I can read the comment to know why it's doing it. So that's generally how I think about my comments. It's explaining why I'm doing something. I just checked. I have 900 stream XP. I should really learn how the stream XP works at some point, but also it's kind of fun that I have no idea. It's kind of fun that like sometimes people can just win. I usually think, what would I want to tell myself if I didn't touch this code for a year? Yeah, that's a great way of thinking about it. Making sure those comments, are they're basically like a helpful note to your future self. And you got to avoid making comments that aren't helpful to your future self. I was working on some code the other day, and the comment was like, I saw the comment above my function that I wrote like a year and a half ago, and the comment was, "You're doing this wrong, you fat idiot." And I was like, that's not, for one, yeah, be kinder to yourself, Shovel. What are you doing? And for second, this is really not helpful. and so finding it later and being like, I really wish I had written a good comment. Like, if I had explained why I thought I was doing this wrong in the past, that would help me a lot more. So those kind of comments, you want to make sure you're explaining your thought process to your future self, more or less. I think if I ever got confused by something, I think I did something wrong, go down a rabbit hole, trying to figure out why I did that. I made a comment there once I figured it out. Yeah, that's a really, really good way of doing it. If like if you go down a rabbit hole, it takes you a long time to figure something out, or even if it just takes some extra work and some research, or you're just doing something that feels unintuitive, making a note to yourself is good, right? Also, if I write something that I'm not sure if it's going to work, but it seems to be solving the problem, I'll make a note for myself where I'm like, I added this to solve this issue, and I'm not 100% sure about it. So if there's a bug with this later, this is a culprit to look into. That way I don't have to spend hours testing every edge case and making sure it works perfectly. I do my base level testing, and then I make a note to myself that, hey, this might be suspicious. So, people telling me to change my UI because they think it's too small, not answering my question about how cold control node works makes me crash out. Yeah. Oh, 1 hour and 13 minutes. Might need to move on. True. I do need to play games before I run out of time to play games. Okay. There's also the code graveyards where I commented out halfway functioning code. Yeah. I have a lot of code graveyards. Chat loves to yap. Yeah, I do think like the just chatting part of the stream where I just talk about game development in general, answer questions, tell stories. I think it's like it's a good section of the stream. I need to figure out how to balance it a little bit better. But yeah, okay. First up, we have a game called Little Kaiju by Fane Luna. And Little Kaiju was the winner of Gerbob's Silly Jam. You can see overall rank number 1. And as you might know, Luna also was one of the winners of the Shovel Jam. A Shovel Jam winner. So if we look at Luna's page, we can see that Luna has made, this game was not for a jam. This game won the jam it was in. This game won the jam it was in. And then Duck Duck Mod didn't win the jam it was in. So Luna is currently at an insane 2 out of 3 win rate on jams. So we're going to be playing Lil Kaiju and seeing how it is. Jerbob Silly Game winner, right? Luna is too cracked apparently. So, yeah, Feign Luna game. True. Okay. Let's see what this is all about. Shovel, if I get my severely content lacking GM game and showcase before the stream ends, could you play? I need feedback. Honestly, probably not. Mostly just because of the time constraints. Oh, hold on. Let me... One sec. Turn down the music a little bit for myself. And then also turn it down for y'all. Okay. How's that volume? It's a little bit spooky. Oh. I pressed the wrong button on my Stream Deck. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. So looks like I'm a little dinosaur. I have Q, which is like a jump. Oh, W is like a twister move. Oh, E is a dash. Okay. Boom. This reminds me of, you guys know the Rampage games back in the day? I played those Rampage games so much. All right, nice. Doing big damage. Oh, there's combo moves. Let's go. Well, what if I triple combo? Let me get them all off cooldown. Oh, nice. Triple combo there. All right. So if I... Oh my gosh, they're being repaired. What's up? Boom. All right. Can I take out the villagers or whatever? I don't want them repairing. I worked hard destroying these buildings, bro. It's like you guys aren't even respecting my work ethic at all. Bro, their building speed is bananas. Boom, combo slam. If you Q and then W, it does that slam. I should try. Okay, I love Q and then W. What's Q then E? Oh my gosh, they already built it back. Okay, QE didn't work. QE didn't really work. Okay. My highest combo was 181. Okay, my score is 15K. All right, we do our slammer. Okay, let me try jumping into dash. Does that combo work? Oh, that does like a ground pound type deal. Okay. Nice. Boom. All right. Big damage. Nice. Good punches out of my Godzilla guy. I need to make sure I'm properly utilizing all my abilities. Okay, the E is really good for repositioning. Once I... Okay, I'm not really sure how to utilize the jump most appropriately. How do they build so fast, bro? Okay, I ground pounded there. I think ground pounding is kind of a waste of my dash. I need to use my dash to reposition, you know? Boom. Okay, 120 damage out of that. But it takes so long. It's like, look, each punch is 60, right? And I'm really cranking, like 60, 60, 60, 60. But if I jump and slam, it's only 120. Honestly, I feel like that damage feels slower than just punching, right? And the jump itself is just 60, so without comboing it, am I better off just punching? Nice. I mean, I guess the 120 is kind of AoE, but the punching is a little bit AoE as well. But dashing to the next building is pretty good. Punch meta. Nice. Turn around. Then we get ready to dash as soon as that building breaks. Boom. We're getting big breakage here. Nice. We'll just keep going. Alright, if I let them rebuild it all the way, I get the 1,000 for breaking it again. Honestly, this feels really optimal. the punch train. I'm bringing the heat right now. Oh, okay. I got 39,000 with the highest combo of 397. Okay, so let's see if reminds me of Rampage. Yeah, this is giving me heavy Rampage vibes. Let me see if I can just punch train to victory. Okay, I have to make sure I destroy the buildings before I move on to the next one. Okay, so that's a big deal. Looks like we're going to get this one too. Now, does punch training bring the heat? Nice, okay. Nice. Boom. I should turn around. Punch training this direction. All right. I need to let them completely rebuild before I start punching again. Okay. All right, we do a little backtracking there to get the extra 1,000. I should have dashed. Nice, okay. All right, and then we turn around. We start punch training this way. Okay. I've gotten a little bit lost in the sauce of trying to punch train perfectly. You know, bringing the big damage is nice. Boom. Okay. All right, we have a lot of buildings behind us getting built back up properly. Ah, okay. Kind of fumbled there a little bit. All right, but we're back to punch training. All right, now we got a lot of punch train ahead of us. Ah, okay. Perfect. There's 1,000 there. We got 33 seconds left for punch training. Perfect. Nice, nice, nice. A great train on that one. Boom, boom, boom. All right, 1,000 there. All right, it's sort of looking like ignoring the abilities is kind of the play. It feels like the punches are just faster than the abilities. Yeah, I'm above 40k already. I still got 10 seconds left. And if you were a little bit more careful, it feels like the dash to reposition quickly is like the big one. Nice. All right, 43.4. Nice. No, that's my building shovel. Please don't. Okay, nice. I think this game is really enjoyable. It's like satisfying to theorycraft the best way to take down all the buildings. Like, I think that's really nice. But let's think critically about this game. Because one thing that I'm immediately getting hit with is the fact that it didn't take me too long to recognize that I'm pretty confident. Oh, why am I only getting 10 per punch now? Oh, it's combo based. It's combo based. I was only getting 60 per punch because I was at a huge combo. Really? How did I just completely miss that? How long do I have to wait before I lose the combo? Pretty long time. Wait, if I just wait, just keep waiting. When do I lose the combo? Okay. There's a pretty generous hit timer on the combo. And the punches come out really, really fast. Yeah. So I think the first thing that stands out to me is the optimal strategy of just punch chaining like in a straight line like this. It's like this feels like the 1,000 points you get for breaking the buildings, in addition to being easily able to keep up the combo timer, makes this feel extremely overpowered. And ultimately, as long as you keep that chain going, which is relatively easy to do, as long as you don't just like drop it for no reason, I think like you kind of get to the dominant strategy really quickly. And I love the abilities, like chaining them together to do those like cool hits and stuff is really fun, right? But the classic problem of your players will absolutely optimize the fun out of the game if you let them. And so, you know, once I realize the dominant strategy is just to punch over and over again, I have basically optimized the fun out of the game, right? And so one thing I would consider is, how do you stop this from being the dominant strategy, right? How do you make it so that you can't just punch train like this? Now, you could get tired as you throw out regular punches, right? It's like each punch comes out a little bit slower than the last one. So as your Godzilla guy is getting more and more tired, you need to combo other moves. Like you need to do this to give his punches a chance to reset a little bit, right? Additionally, I think having more movement tech, because you have movement tech, right? Like the Q is a jump and the E is a dash. But outside of using the dash to get to a new building quickly like this, right? It feels a little bit unnecessary. Like this move right here is very fun. And honestly, maybe it does a good job of getting points. Let me try that out, actually. Add meteors and you have to dodge them. That's also true. Adding more stuff to interact with, because right now the only challenge is how do I get my score as high as possible. And I do think that there is a pretty strong benefit to staying pretty focused on the goal here for a jam game, right? Like if I W here, yeah, that's a quick 180. Is it faster than what I was already doing though? I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think having more reason to use the movement tech, like the meteor idea is a good one, because imagine a meteor is coming right for me and I just dash out of the way of it. That's perfect. And I can keep my chain going. And it's like the fact that if you get hit with something, it doesn't even need to deal damage. If it just stuns you long enough that you lose your combo, that's like a huge punishment, because this game is all about, getting a high score. So I think that's really sick. That's a really good way to build in more stuff for the player to do, more stuff for them to think about, right? Because as it stands right now, I like the game, but I've kind of gotten all there is to get out of it. Like I have successfully gotten a really high score that I'm happy with. I think optimizing a score any further is not really going to be that appealing. And I've destroyed the buildings, right? I am a little kaiju. You have delivered on the fantasy well enough that I'm like pretty happy with my gameplay experience. But on that note, you know what? I'm actually realizing if I skip over certain buildings with a dash, it might make it easier on the way back. But score-wise, I gotta stop thinking about optimizing the score. I'm not gonna focus on the feedback. But another thing you can do is like you have an amount of score you need to get to like successfully complete the round, and then another round starts introducing more difficulties, right? Like if this was round 1, and then the next one is where you first start getting like meteors hitting, and then the next round they're like multiple layers, and people will like try to stop you from breaking buildings. So like they'll put up barriers that you have to jump over and stuff. I think all of those can be things that make the gameplay more expansive in a way that gives you more to do, right? Because right now, essentially, I mean, this is a game jam game, right? So it makes sense that it's pretty limited in scope. And I think having such a limited scope is what let the game excel in the jam, right? So I think it was a good idea for the jam's perspective to not make it more than this. This is a high score game. People play it a couple times. They have a good time. They're like, I got a good score that I'm happy with. The art was cute. The gameplay was fun. Everything worked well. The sound design was nice. The music worked well for the game. And so they're happy with the experience. They give it their high score, and then they move on to the next game. And I think for a jam game, that's really what you're looking for, is for people to have that fun experience. If you wanted to expand this into a full game, right now what it's missing is anything to hook the player and keep them coming back, And so I think what I would want to do is figure out a way to add that hook. Like, what is something that gets the player coming back? Now, like in every game, you can suggest roguelike, right? Where it's like between rounds, if you succeed the round, you get choices of upgrades. You can get new spells, like your Q can upgrade, or your basic punch can upgrade. You can get new movement tech. You can just straight up get score multipliers, which help you beat stuff. You can make the villager slower. You could get attacks that stop the builders from rebuilding stuff. Like you can have a lot of different upgrades. There are clearly a million different upgrade paths you can think of for how to expand this into a roguelike type game. But even if you didn't want it to be a roguelike, you wanted it to be very limited, you could keep the same abilities you have, you could keep the same progression system, and it's just the different rounds start compounding on the gameplay elements you actually get to interact with, right? You need to beat this round to get to the next round where you have helicopters shooting at you, people putting up obstacles in your path, and then the next round after that, that's the meteors are hitting, and the buildings, they are like fortified, and you have to hit them with one of your specials before you can start punching them. Just anything that makes the gameplay more thoughtful, because the thing that gets a player hooked, that keeps them coming back, is having meaningful gameplay decisions that they are excited to try out, right? It's like, because right now, if I clicked go again, if I wanted to play another round, there's really nothing drawing me to it, right? I already feel like I figured out the game. There's nothing interesting to do again, right? But if there was more interesting stuff happening, if there's more stuff for me to make decisions about, I can keep coming back to it. So I think that mainly the feedback for this game is it works fantastically for a jam. I feel like you really nailed what makes a jam game successful. And I think that it's a really good base, especially if you look at the Rampage games. Those were very successful, right? Or actually, I don't know how successful the Rampage games were. I just know I played them. So maybe they actually weren't that successful. I could be totally wrong about that. But that being said, I think that this format is fun to do, and there are a lot of ways you can expand it. So if you were going to make this into a full game, there are a lot of ways you could do it. You could take the roguelike approach. You could take the story-driven progression approach, or you could make it like more of a meta progression system. We have different maps to choose from, and things get harder based on the difficulty you choose, almost like how you would do like progression in a tower defense. So there are lots of ways that you could expand this so that people would want to keep coming back to it. And obviously, I think if you wanted something replayable enough to get, hundreds of hours from people, the roguelike is probably going to be the easiest because you'll have very reusable content and you can come up with different builds, different attacks for your kaiju to get. And then you have the infinite, like the infinite content hack of making another kaiju. And the game is called Little Kaiju. So you can have this like little Godzilla, right? And then you could have like a King Kong type. You could have a Mothra type, and they all have different play styles, different abilities, different upgrades, but the maps stay the same. So you can approach the same problem in different ways, and different kaiju will have different advantages in different maps. So there are a ton of ways that you could expand this, and I do think the roguelike element is probably the easiest one to see this becoming a full game. But I think this is a really good game to look at for what makes a jam game successful in a jam. Because it delivered a short, punchy, satisfying experience. It's not like hard and you only need a couple rounds to get a score you're really happy with. And then you can like leave the game feeling very satisfied and nothing's really obviously missing, right? That you discover the cool combo moves, you start doing those, you destroy the towers, you go again for another high score. You destroy everything. You feel like you got a great score multiplier. You got a really high combo, and then you leave feeling very satisfied. You're not like, oh, the music wasn't good, or oh, I didn't like the sounds, or the controls didn't work right, or oh, there was a bug. Like none of that is hampering the experience, which lets people have their like 5 to 10 minutes of fun with this game and then move on. And I think when it comes to making a core gameplay loop, figuring out how to make something that people can have 5 to 10 minutes of fun with and feel very satisfied. And then you figure out what's the outer loop you put on top of them to keep them coming back to that inner loop that is fun to play with. I think this is a really good lesson in that inner loop experience. How do you really polish that out? So yeah, really great entry. I understand totally why this won the jam. I think it's a very, very good game jam game. And you have something obviously fun on your hands if you wanted to expand this. But I know you're still working on Lumina, right? If I pull that up. Let me... let's see if I can find that. Right. Right now I know Luna is working on Lumina Resenting Shadow, which is his Metroidvania. So, I know right now this is what Luna's time is focused on. And I think, this game looks really exciting. I'm excited to try it out once it shows up in Showcase Saturday. But I do think, you have a really good, with Little Kaiju, I think you have something that could turn into a very fun roguelike on your hands. But I don't think, I think you know how to make games fun. So I don't think you really need any, any help figuring out how to do that. So awesome. Okay, cool. Next up. Oh, I can still hear the Little Kaiju music. Okay, perfect. Okay. Next up, we have a game called Be the Sword, which is not being captured correctly. Gosh, diggity dang it. What if I do this? Ah, okay. Looks like it's capturing it. Nope. All right. Oh. All right, we're finally capturing it. Perfect, perfect. But now that I say that, I was looking at this game earlier when I was planning on what to play. And I wanted to talk about the Steam page a little bit, because I had a piece of feedback I thought might be helpful. If we look at the Steam page, let me hide the game. If we look at the Steam page, this capsule, Be the Sword, I think this gameplay, if you look at the trailer, you actually are playing as the sword, right? And you're like moving around and swinging the sword, and it's all about the sword is basically like living on its own is what the gameplay feels like. This is about directly controlling the sword rather than controlling like a person holding the sword. And I think that this capsule is not selling that idea. Like when I see this capsule, Be the Sword, with like 2 characters on either side holding the sword, I feel like I'm going to be playing as these characters, right? And so I think that this capsule could be used to sell the fantasy of the game a little bit better. What I would imagine is, compositionally speaking, right now what you have is you have like a character here, and you have like two sides of the character, and then there's like the sword in the middle that's being held, and then it says like be the sword in the background. Be the sword, right? Which makes me feel like the central focus is on the character, and the sword is there, but it's mostly character focused. But compositionally, what I would want is for the sword to become the primary focus, which means you should put the sword like big front and center. Like this is what the composition is all about, right? And that way, you know, instantly you're thinking of the sword, and then you put this sword in action. Like you give some motion to it, maybe put some enemies being destroyed over here. Like this is all like broken enemy type stuff. You could even put some stuff over here, and then that brings the focus on the sword. And then you could even sell the composition of having like the characters in the back over here watching the sword or something like that, or like reaching out for it or something, which sells the idea that the sword is acting on its own. And then I think that would give a better feeling for what the gameplay is. And then obviously you use some good design elements to highlight the sword, and just compositionally, this is going to draw a lot more attention to the sword. And then you can put the text like along the back over here. You can put the text along the bottom. There's a lot of ways you could orient the text to fit in this composition, but really thinking about what you're trying to sell, what gameplay fantasy you're trying to sell with the capsule. Because right now the capsule is 100% selling me on playing as one of these characters using the sword. It says be the sword, but I'm thinking of it in like the knightly, like, you know, be my sword to protect someone, so I'm the defender or whatever. I don't anticipate like literally moving the sword around. So that's the thing that really stood out to me when I was looking at doing this for the stream today. So I just wanted to recommend really thinking about the composition of this capsule to sell the gameplay. I think a really good example that comes to mind is Brotato. You can see how Brotato, compositionally, like in the game, you play as Brotato, you're in the center of the screen, and you're constantly surrounded by these huge hordes of enemies, right? And that is what the capsule is. You're one potato with two weapons surrounded by a horde of enemies. This 100%, when you see this capsule, you think about what's going to happen in the game. And so making a match like this is really good. And so anyway, that just came to mind. Now we can actually play the game. Cool. And then let me turn this capture back on. Boom. Be the sword. And it looks like the volume is pretty good, so let's start a new game. Am I sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We got some cutscene comic style. There's E to interact. Nice, I have to interact with it in the comic. That's cool. I haven't really seen that before. That's fun. Iggy. People do this all the time. It's gonna be fine. The lady in the mirror has answers. Probably. Oh. Oh. The lady in the mirror was actually a sword the whole time. Huh? What the? Oh, I'm a short. What's up, homie? Okay. Oh. Oh, I like this character design with the roses. This is giving me like a Tuxedo Mask fused with like the one rose enemy or whatever. Okay, I'll figure this out. Oh, okay. Luke. Hey there. Are you the new traveler in seek of Tezca? It's nice to meet you. My name is Luke, merchant and local raven of this side of the mirror. My shop has a few things that might help you on your way to the lady. Feel free to take a look around and let me know if anything catches your eye. What do you have for sale? Well, see for yourself. Deals 25 health points. Makes you slightly faster for 7 seconds. Imbues your blade in flames for 7 seconds. Or petrifies your enemies for 7 seconds, keeping your blades sharp as you swing. Okay. Well, I probably want to just play before. Okay, what about you? So you're the next lost soul. Let me see. Ignis Caltiera, correct? Welcome to the mirror. I'm Seth, and I'll be your guide for this charmingly indistinct stretch of time. You know, it's very funny. In a D&D campaign I did once, one of the gods the characters had to interact with was also named Seth. So it was very similar mindset on this character. Why am I a sword? The mirror reflects your true form, and it tends to get pretty metaphorical about it. By the time you make it to the lady, it's gonna make sense. If you make it at all, that is. Welcome to the mirror. I'm Seth. Okay, I'm good. Not so fast. There's still a few questions to be answered, don't you think? Oh my god, I want to play. Oh, but why the hurry? You just got here, pretty boy. Oh, I'm pretty. Oh, stop, Seth. You're being bad. No, you came here looking for answers for a role. You either get them or you die trying. To leave, you must face each side of the mirror. And then, oh my gosh, atomic operations. Holy smokes. I forgot I did have more money. I can't wait to crack down on my rhythm fighting game when I get home. My goal is to make a very early access demo for you to play next week, Shovel. Thank you so much, Atomic Operations. Can we get some +2s in chat for that huge super chat? Thank you so much. You and OK have been so generous today. That's extremely kind. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. It really means a lot to me. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. Okay. To leave, you must face each side of the mirror and then meet with the lady herself. There you will get your answers and your freedom. Okay, where do I go? The first side of the mirror you must face is the full moon. Just approach the gate on the far left. It will open for you. Though, before you go off to get your blade snapped in half, maybe I should explain a few things about your new particular form. I'll be fine. Well, if you're so confident. Stay sharp, pretty boy, and I'll see you around. I'm not, no. I didn't even get all, I didn't even get dressed up or anything, you know? Okay. Oh, slash. Boom. Boom. Big damn. Looks like I'm taking lots of damage, so I think I died. Perhaps I do need to ask him, how do you play? Back so soon? Can you give me the rundown again? Let's go over it once again. Left click or square X button for a quick attack. Right click or triangle to 360 attack. WASD to change where you're pointing. Press F or circle to sharpen yourself. Use ZX, C, and V for your items. Answer your question? Okay. All right. Boom. So I can rotate. Oh, my 360 is sick. Okay. Okay, so I have to reorient myself so that they don't touch me as I'm slashing. Sharpen. Oh my gosh, it takes so long to sharpen. Okay. Oh my gosh, and Atomic Operations with the membership. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. You can find in the posts, you can find a link to the member Discord, in addition to finding a bunch of cool Isadora's Edge wallpapers you can download as a member. So check out those perks. And thank you. Thank you for the membership. I appreciate it. Okay. We're sharpening, which dodge, sharpen, dodge, sharpen. Nice, okay. Can I slash the bullets to block them? I don't know. Okay, reorienting myself to get good slashington. Okay, need to sharpen. Oh, I shattered trying to sharpen. All right, we run it. We run it back. I do have my 360 as well. I have this month's wallpaper on my second monitor as we speak. Oh, nice! That's awesome. I just got a new wallpaper delivery a couple days ago. That's so good. I can't wait for y'all to get a hold of that one. Okay, we're sharpening. If I hold the sharpen button... Okay, it looks like holding the sharpening might work. We'll figure it out. Ooh, I found a shattered mirror. What the heck? Those damage sounds. Oh my gosh. Chill, bro. Chill, chill. We're good. We're gravy, dog. Yeah, I literally deal no damage with low sharpness. Okay, I can hold F to sharpen. That's huge. That's important. Okay, rather than like clicking. Okay, perfect. Oh. I need to sharpen. Perfect. We're back in there. Boom. Okay. Boom. Easy money. All right. We're sorting. Okay. Nice, nice. All right. I'm pretty low sharpness. I need to find a good place to... Nice, okay, okay. Wait, when I was sharpening, did he stop moving? It feels like he was just letting me sharpen. I appreciate that, Mr. Snakington. Okay. Oh, God. The contact damage. All right. Boom. In we go. You know what I should really do? Before I knock those, like, masked enemies into their... I'm also completely hiding the health bar. You can't see how much damage I've taken, but that's fine. Before I hit them into their, like, demon form where they go sicko mode, I should probably sharpen. Oh, a boss fight.
So there you are. Is this what you chose to do? I die, and your first instinct is to go find someone else to tell you what to do? I lament your brother's death, Ignis. For it's left our family in the hands of someone like you.
I'm just a sword, dude. Oh. Am I taking damage? Oh, it looks like his pound attack shakes the screen. There's some more doggos. I'm in big trouble. Okay, I sharpened. Oh, 360 slashing. Okay. Keep my distance. Oh, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Don't mind me. Oh, I'm slashing. I need to sharpen. Sharpen. I think I almost got him. Wrong button. Oh, my sharpness. Okay, I got my sharpness. Oh! Get dunked on.
You will never be the leader they need. You'll never bring glory to this household. Not like I did. Not like Marcus would have.
I could have. Maybe, like, bro, if you just tried to teach me anything like at all, dude.
You never deserve to learn.
Bro, he's like so not chill, am I right? Alright, anyway, I'm just a sword. Hey, we beat him. Let's go. First boss down. Easy gaming. Hey, Luna here. We just finished Little Kaiju, Luna. Okay. Hey, how are you? What do you got for sale? Give yourself. So I have 535, so I should just buy some of this. Okay. Healing items seem really good. Oops. It's a little bit frustrating that clicking on them to read them also buys them. Honestly, I should just buy multiple healing items. Seems the most important. I'm not really too worried about the damage. All right, let's go to the next map. Oh, can't go to the next map. Do I have to talk to you, Seth? So, how'd the place treat you?
Why was my dad there? Oh, why was he a wolf?
So family trauma is what's on the menu today.
What are you? I thought you Illusioneers kind of like knew everything already or whatever. Did you not know he was gonna be there?
Nope, not at all. But you seem to be taking it well.
Was that really him?
I don't know. Was it? Why are you asking me? I know I'm kind of like the arbiter of everything going on here, but like, just chill. The mirror's kind of confusing. There's a few secrets of the trade I can't tell you, and there's some things that I myself don't know. It's all pretty confusing up here, but either way, you should talk to your dad when you get out of here.
That's not really an option. Never really been an option. I don't got a mouth, so I guess I should get going.
Might be for the better. Oh, pretty boy. Seth. I was gonna give you something, but you seem to have your hands full already.
Oh, did you call me just to say that?
I mean, if I can't give you an item, I can give you some advice.
All right, what is it?
Don't push yourself too much out there. I'd hate having to pick up your shards from the floor.
Since when do you care? I already died like 3 times already.
Didn't say I did. I just think you're too pretty to die early. Seth, stop it. Oh my god, you're so bad. And now you. No, not Iggy. You. Let me break the fourth wall real quick.
Oh, he's talking to me.
Chat. The demo itself ends at around here, but there's a lot more stuff planned. If you can, wishlist the game. That'd be a great favor you do me and the creator of this game. Don't disappoint me, all right?
Gosh, Seth. Okay, so it's just this first map. I can't go to the next map. All right, got it. Nice. Okay, so let's think critically about this game. First, I need to mute. But yeah, all right, let's think critically about this game, see if we can give some feedback. So one thing that stands out to me very quickly from going in here is the contact damage on enemies is a very weird feeling. First, it's not like obviously I blink and the screen shakes. So it's clear I'm taking damage, but it doesn't really feel like something's hitting me, if you know what I mean, you know? It's like I'm a sword. It's like they touch my blade and I take damage. That doesn't make very much sense to me, right? So that to me is very confusing. I would consider thinking about if you need contact damage. Potentially, you just give the enemies attack patterns. So it's totally safe to hover on top of the enemy, like those snake guys, right? I could hover on top of them, but they do like a whip thing with their tail or something, and that's when I can take damage. I think that would make the gameplay feel a lot more intentional, right? Also, clearly there's some like Y sorting issues happening on where like this guy right here, this middle one is on top of the one below it. I was gonna point with my finger, but that's hard to do in real time. One of those guys is like on top of the enemy that should be below it. So you want to make sure the game is Y sorting properly. But yeah, one thing I would consider is if the contact damage is necessary, because it feels like it's a little bit counterintuitive. Like I'm the sword. I can slam myself into enemies. That's like my whole vibe, right? But you make the enemies shoot projectiles or do attacks around themselves. So I still have to be careful, right? Because I can still take damage. That's something I would consider experimenting with. Got to get one of those hands on the end of a stick at some point. One of those hands at the end of a stick, right? So I can just like point it at the screen. Yeah. So that's something I would definitely consider is if getting rid of contact damage in favor of giving enemies explicit attacks. Like these guys are shooting fireballs. I think that's an explicit attack. So that works really well. And then the boss also had explicit attacks. But imagine if, this guy could probably even shoot more fireballs. But honestly, it's not too bad. And if you have multiple of them, I think that'll sell it a lot more. Like you're dodging with the sword as you go into hit. I think that's the fantasy I want. Is like I'm constantly getting in there and slicing enemies while dodging their attacks. That's what being the sword feels like to me. But the problem is right now I'm like very much like playing, go in and out and in and out and in and out. Very much like keeping my distance in a way that doesn't really deliver on the fantasy as much as I would like it to. You know what I mean? Then the sharpness mechanic, I would say once I realize you can hold it, it works a lot better. Because it's like, essentially you have to find a time to heal, otherwise you don't deal damage. But one thing that I definitely think is that the sharpness is like a little bit, it's tough. It's not that bad. It's just, it definitely takes away from my feeling of like continuing in the game, right? It's like when I have to stop to sharpen, I like hide in the corner of the screen, sharpen, go to the other corner, trying to find a moment. And when things are getting really hectic, I don't have that much time to sharpen. So I can't really do that much, I think this enemy design is really nice because once you deal enough damage, they go into their demon mode, which means you need to think about your sharpness. So I think this enemy is really nice interplay with the sharpness mechanic. But I would definitely consider if there's like a way to make the sharpening feel a little bit smoother. And then those enemies feel like a great example of being able to make the little praying one and move slowly when it's still in its base form, and then it has an attack around itself that's pretty small, so it's still not a threat. But then the big one, it's like slamming those big like spider arms around and really just doing a lot of damage. So once it goes big mode, it's like actually a threat. That's something I would definitely want to consider is try a version of these enemies in this gameplay design where the contact damage isn't the main way the enemies threaten you. Because I think that would really improve the gameplay experience. Additionally, this like spinning attack, it's like a lot of the attacking is so short range that I really just want to like press it to do the attack, get my hitbox in there, and then pull it right back out to do the damage as safely as I can, which doesn't really feel like I'm getting in there like carving away at enemies. Then for this boss fight design, I think the fact that he has those like 3 swipes that come when he does his claw is really good. That's like classic. Instead of, contact damage, he's actually like trying to hit me with something, and that's really nice. But the contact damage does make this fight a little bit weird because he's so big, So it's like he's taking up a lot of space in the center of the map in a way that it's like, okay, well, I just need to really keep my distance because he's so large. But imagining if he didn't have the hitbox on himself, I feel like that would give me a lot more room to to fight this boss in a way that feels like, I'm a sword slashing him down. Oh, I think I shattered. Right. Yeah. So I think that those are some things I would think about is the sharpness mechanic. Feel like if there's a way to make that feel a little bit less intrusive on the gameplay, because I think needing to sharpen your sword is good and needing to find a moment to do it is good, but it definitely takes away when the boss is so huge in the center of the screen and I'm like hide in one corner, sharpen for a second, then go around the edges to the other corner and sharpen for a second. It's like, it takes away from it a little bit. So that's one thing I would consider. And then second, the contact damage thing. Gangle, but it's a clickbait thumbnail where everyone's abstracted. I don't even know what that statement means. Good day, Shovel. Hey, Sidfish, welcome in. Good to see you. We're playing Be the Sword. Yeah. And then it looks like the buttons at the bottom are how I use my items. Like if I press C, it'll use it. Probably don't want to be able to use items in the hub world. But you want to be able to discard items. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, so I think that all works really good. And then the other suggestion I would have is it seems like you're still building out the content. This feels very much like a roguelike-y type of experience. So I would consider in the run when you're playing through it, at the end of a wave, give me an upgrade. That way I can do different types of swords each build, right? It's like rather than just doing the same basic gameplay where, I get it. There can be builds that it's like when you're out of sharpness, your sword does extra damage, like things like of that nature that give you a different type of play style. You could upgrade your spinning slash, make the spinning slash bigger or come out faster, stuff like that. I think those are all things that are probably pretty obvious to you as the developer of stuff you could add of like upgrades at the end of each section so that each run through one of these like dimensions feels very different. I think that's like a classic example of how you could make the gameplay a little bit more addicting. Cause it's like, I think you're onto something that's pretty fun here. Like literally just being a floating sword. So you're just dealing with the enemies like this is pretty sick. But I think right now the gameplay, it's like, I kind of get it, right? It's like, it's fun to do, but if I was doing this again, like if I was just playing this on my own, it's like, I definitely don't think I would come back to this map because I kind of like I already got it, but if there was a way to make the gameplay a little bit more, repeatable, I think that's something that could really sell this game. Something that could really make this game a lot more of a repeatable experience. Is it's just like each run through one of these maps or memories or dreams, or I don't really know exactly what's going on in the game with like the mirror world or whatever, but something that makes each run through one of the different mirrors a little bit more interesting. I think that makes a lot of sense. Hitting projectiles back, right? Being able to like reflect projectiles, like, and right now it feels like I can already cancel projectiles if I hit them. But being able to essentially, let me use my healing here. Yeah. Being able to, okay, I can't actually destroy projectiles. So yeah, an upgrade that's like, your slash will destroy projectiles could be really cool. Stuff like that I think would be really good. Destroy projectiles, and then when you upgrade it again, it becomes reflect projectiles. That's a great suggestion from chat that I think is really good. And I really do like the aspect of like reorienting the sword so that you hit in the proper direction. And this is a pixel art game, so I understand why there are set directions, but I do wonder if it's something that like rotating the sword would feel a little bit smoother, but I think that's like a minor thing. That might not actually be necessary at all. It might be totally fine to have the sword directly oriented in one direction. So I think that all works. I think that all makes sense. And I think you do have a gameplay foundation here that's really good. It's just, I would polish the experience, make it as fun as possible for people to run in here, be the sword, do lots of cool stuff. And it's like, I feel like you want it to look like in the later fights, you want it to be a situation where you're constantly dodging all their different attacks and projectiles shooting at while getting in range to swing the sword. I think that's where the fun of the game really kicks in. It's like when you're thinking about what's the fantasy, what's the core fun element of this game that you really want to like, lock in on so that people really enjoy it and like keep coming back to it. I think it's that dodging and getting in there to slash with the sword all in like one, like smoothly, right? Like dodge, 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 hit, hit, hit. And I think that's one thing you should think about with the sharpness is like, that does create a friction point where it's like, I want to keep dodging, but now I need to like hide and sharpen, right? And like hiding and sharpening is like not really the gameplay experience that I think is like the most fun. It does add though something that stops you from just like spamming in there. It like gives you something to think about. But I would just try to figure out a way to make it a little bit more cohesive with the core gameplay loop that is the most fun to interact with. So, yeah, I think that's that's like what I would think about with this game, you know? And let me try one of these items. Oh, now I'm faster. Speed upgrade goes crazy. Yeah, you have the items that like upgrade your speed and damage and stuff already. So I think like if you wanted to do roguelike upgrades, it would just be more of that. Oh, yeah. See, that's one of those things about the contact damage. The hitboxes are also not that clear. I thought I was sneaking through those wolves pretty successfully, but I ended up touching one of their hitboxes and taking damage. And that's one of the things about the contact damage that feels weird to me is like, I'm moving pretty quickly and it felt like I was safe, but I still got hit. And that's something you just really want to make sure. Even if you stick with hitboxes and you keep the contact damage, you want to make sure those are extremely readable and then dial up the polish. Ever since I made that one comment about Gray's hitboxes that got popular, I can't look at the word Toho without feeling dread. Yeah. I think that's another thing that you might want to do while working on this is make sure that you polish the interactions a little bit more. It's like when you hit the enemy, that should feel good. You probably want some more particles on the enemy taking damage. It's like right now they blink, right? And they like play a damage animation sometimes. But it's like there should be some particles exploding from them when I get a successful hit. Like this is the main thing you do. You run in and you hit them with your sword. So you should really juice that up so it feels extremely satisfying to hit them with your sword. Additionally, when the player takes damage, it's like a big mistake has happened. So you really want to like, you know, celebrate their successes. When you hit an enemy, that's a big success. Celebrate it more. And when you take damage, like there is a flash, but maybe add some particles to it. Maybe even a touch of hit stop would be good in a game like this because it's like so fast paced. Being able to freeze the game the moment you take damage would make it clear where the damage occurred. And I think that would help a lot too. So I actually think hit stop would be something to consider for this game on taking damage. And you already have the rest of the effects. So add a little bit more particle celebration to the damage being taken as well as some hit stop. And I think that would really help sell the damage and and also help sell the clarity as well. Because if you freeze the game when they get hit, it's very clear where the hitbox is overlapped. And so if they get to see with their own eyes the moment the damage the moment the damage happens and where exactly it's happening, it'll be clear that they overlapped. So even if you stick with the contact damage, that's something I would consider for sure is hit stop. Because I think that would really improve it. But yeah, I think overall you have something very cool. And I think with some more polish on the main interactions as well as some more, you know, thoughtful design on the enemies and potentially upgrade system to make it really replayable, I think you have something that could be a very, very fun roguelike to play. It's unique enough, and it's in that genre. It's like, because I really love like Brotato and stuff like that. And this feels somewhat similar to Brotato, where I'm like, there's a lot of enemies, I'm dodging stuff, and I'm trying not to take damage. But it's like unique in an interesting way that I feel like could make it its own thing. So yeah, that's sort of what I would think about for this game. But yeah, awesome. Thank you for submitting, and I think that'll wrap up the feedback for this game. And I can move on to the next one. You finally cracked proper moving platforms. Nice. Okay. Cool. Let's close out of that, and let's go to the next game. Nice. I've been thinking about how I need to do moving platforms for Isadora's Edge as well. I already implemented them once, but there are some edge cases I don't really love how they feel. And if I'm doing a movement test for the game, I need to make sure those feel. I need to make sure that I'm happy with everything that they're doing so that I don't get feedback that I agree with, you know? If I'm like, oh, one thing I want to do on these moving platforms is make it so the jump gets like extra momentum a little bit differently. And then if the feedback is the momentum on the jump feels weird, it's like, yeah, I already wanted to change that. So making sure I'm not setting myself up for feedback that's already what I'm going to do. So it's not really helpful is important to me, I think. Okay, we got Pinfall. Check share your work for them. Oh, okay. Let me check it out. Let me see. Share your work. Okay. Desktop. Oh, nice. Yeah, you stay stuck to the wall as it moves. That's nice. That's nice. I'm pretty confident that that will not work right now for Isadora's Edge. So you got to step up on me on that one. Nice. That looks good. Iggs tap. Oh my god. Bye guys. I end my shift in 8 minutes. Nice. All right. Let's go to the next game. Good work, Vari. Good work. I know moving platforms are shockingly complicated. So many edge cases to deal with. It can be a real pain. Okay. How do I get this game? Full screen. Okay, perfect. All right. The next game we got is... Oh. It's called Pinfall. Huh. This is actually causing me to streamer UI. I feel like this is lagging me like crazy. Am I wrong? Yeah, I feel like, is this game like running at like a bajillion frames per second? Oh my gosh, Atomic Operations. See you guys later. Bye bye, Shovel. Have fun. Thank you so much, Atomic Operations. Let me hit you with a little heart and a little like. Yeah, okay. I think it's okay now. Okay, it was lagging really hard for a second there. I don't know why 100%, but okay, cool. Let's just give this game a try. Pinfall. Save select, new file, boom. Bye, see you. Good luck on your game. Yeah, good luck, good luck. I'm excited to see what you put together. WASD is move, got it. Oh, I might need to turn this game up a little bit, actually, volume-wise. Oh, there's a guy there. Down is to talk. All right, what's up, homie?
The world shook. Did you feel it? Were you there? I'm easily disturbed, so an incident like this can really get to me. By analyzing the strength and length of the earthquake, only a small ball falling from outer space to the center of the earth could have caused that tremor.
All right, here we go. Woo! Travel through tubes. Nice. Oh, if I press spacebar. Ah! Okay, and then go into the tube. Nice. And disable movement shake if I want to. Okay. Why are you following me? What's going through your little mind, ball? All right, see you later, bunny. Ah, okay, I need to dodge that tube because it pushes me back. Boom. But then take this tube to the next level. All right. Okay. This one is like convincing me immediately. Woo! Okay, and we go. Boom. And we're to the next level. All right, I'm into this one. Okay. Slow myself by moving. Got it. Boom. Oh, there's a bunny over there. I should have gone to talk to the bunny. That's my bad. All right, I want to talk to the bunny. Oh, I missed. Try again. Okay. Woo! Woo! Oh, okay, okay. I'll get it. I'll get the physics. I'll get the physics. Okay. Slide over here. Up we go. Up we go. Okay. Not quite, not quite. I'll get it. This is the first real difficulty spike, huh? Okay. Oh, I need to make sure I let go. I'm holding the button on the flipper. Ah, okay. I will stop holding the button on the flipper. Okay. All right. This time. Luna, you like monochrome black and white pixel art? I never would have guessed. Up we go. Nice. No. No, I didn't talk to the bunny. All right, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, boom. Up we go. Almost there. Woo. Oh, snark. Okay, up we go. Oh, all right. Back to the beginning. We're tubing. Okay. Oh, I missed. Okay. Next one. All right. Perfect. And up we go. Dang it. Okay. Oh, that was a clean pass. Yo, speedrun tech. We skip right tube. Legend of the right tube skip. Okay. The legends were slightly exaggerated, some might say. Boom. All right. And then we simply go earlier than it feels like. And we're next. Okay. Up we go. Into the stars. Okay. All right. We got more colors. The galaxy underneath. All right. We're color gaming. Purple land. Up we go. Boom. Nice. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, you're telling me it's one of those games? Oh, my goodness. All right. Perfect. I need to go. Uh-oh. No. Oh, a tragedy. Oh, all right. We're closing this one. We're good. Next game. Okay. All right. And we beat Galaxy underneath. Boom. Okay. Not quite. We boomed too early. Oh. Let's go. Up we go. Oh, tragedy. Okay. Perfect. Up we go. Right, I can control my movement a little bit with WASD. I'm sort of forgetting that. I'm just treating this like pinball. Okay, now we go over here. We hit this appropriately. Then we... Oh, come on. Nice. Okay. So I kind of just want to hit either of these. Let's go left. Oh, I got a little, like a little foxy. Oh, no. It's all fine. We can recover. No. Oh my goodness. All right. It's fine. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, I should have held to the right a little bit faster there. Oh, all right. Whoop. All right. Oh my goodness. Up we go. Perfect. Hit spacebar out of instinct there. No, come on, man. All right, we got this. Oh, bro. Oh, a super chat from Starrune. Thank you, Starrune. Reminds me of Sonic Spinball slightly. Oh, I don't think I've played Sonic Spinball, but interesting. Oh, okay. I fell down while I was hearting your super chat. No. Oh, okay. All right, and we're back at the start. Nice. Okay. Nice. All right. Up we go. Boom. Perfect. Yeah, +2. +2. Get some +2s for Starrune in here. Thank you. Starrune. All right. We recover. All right. You just got to do a very gentle one. If you slam on the ceiling there, you continue falling. All right. Good lesson to learn. Nice. Oh my gosh, you can go over the top there? I literally couldn't see that it wasn't all the way up. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh, Starrune with another $2 donation. Thank you for the super chat. Sonic Spinball was for the Sega Genesis. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. I played a lot of Sonic back in the day, but I don't think I played Spinball. But if it's, Sonic Pinball. Wait, Sonic Spinball, it's actually starting to sound familiar. No, I'm thinking of just there was a pinball stage in one of the Sonic games. But yeah, thank you so much, Starrune. I really appreciate that. Okay. Boom. Okay. Up we go. Down we go. Oh, I could have recovered that. All right, remember, gentle. Okay, too gentle. Oh my goodness. All right, and we're back at the start. Nice. All right. All right. I missed. There we go. Got it that time. First try. Oop. Nice. I managed to hit my WASD in time. Okay. I'm glad that actually that counted. Okay. No. Okay. All right. Gentle. Oh, and we're back at the start. Well. It do be like that, I guess. All right, all right. Boom. All right. And we're up. Next level. Okay. And come over here. Make the same mistake I've made like 17 times. Nice. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, Sonic Spinball was really unique. It fit the Sonic vibe really well, but with pinball mechanics. Played on stream at some point. Oh my gosh. Another super chat. Thank you so much, Darwin. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. And yeah, I probably should check it out. It sounds interesting. Oh, no. Oh. And clearly, I'm really good at pinball. clearly, I got those pinball skills on lock. Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay. No. Oh, there's a huge benefit to going to the right side here. A huge benefit. Okay. Nice. Okay. We're up. No, don't fall. No, don't fall. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, oh my God, end me. Oh my goodness. And we're back at the start. Hello, start of the game. Good to see you again. It's been a while. How you doing? It's good to check in on old friends from time to time, isn't it? All right. Okay. Now we just slide through here. Perfect. Oh, nice. Why is everyone emptying their wallets to stream? Yeah, people have been very generous. I really appreciate it. I think okay started the trend. It's been awesome. I really appreciate it. Oh no. Oh. Okay. All right. We're back up. Okay. Perfect. No. Okay. Just chill. All right. We're back up. Okay. Very generous on that fall. Okay. Nice. And perfect. Another one. I assume you're trying to get back home? The rest of your family tells me the same. I also come from space. Unlike you, I'm stuck. This might look like space, but it's not. Stars up above, but they eventually must fall down. Okay, I'm probably a star. Okay, can I just... No, I can't... Oh, I didn't know. I thought I could just slide over... Oh, and I'm back at the start again! I thought I could just walk off into the little thing. I figured the hitbox was going to be generous enough. Oh, boy. Okay. Boom. All right, we're up. Remember, go to the right here. It's a little bit more generous on the right. Okay. Boom. No. Huh? Okay. We're back up. Boom. All right. Nice. Oh, and we're over, and we fell through. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? Third of all, you're not gonna believe this. How dare you? Oh, mother. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We're fine. Boom. No. Oh, tragedy. Oh, okay. All right, we're okay. Boom. Up we go. Boom. Nope. All right. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, we're fine. We're back up. Whoop. All right. And we're falling. We're falling. Okay. We're back up here. We get to try this jump again for the 100th time. My favorite. Oh, okay. All right. We're good. We're good and we're fine. And we're not crashing out in the slightest. We're having a grand old time playing video games. Video games are fun. They're meant to be fun. You play video games to have a good time and enjoy yourself. That's what video games is for. All right. Okay. Up and we fall. Perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. All right, come on. Let's go. Whoop. Nice. We made it. All right. No. Oh, no. Why have they done this to me? All right, so I think it's time to think critically about this game, give some feedback on it. First, it's awful. Second, I hate it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Up we go. All right. All we have to do is get all the way back to the top right from the beginning of the map. It's almost like I haven't played it all. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Nice, up we go. Oh, Star Rune. Star Rune with another super chat. Thank you, Star Rune. Let me click out of here to heart this. This is Sonic Spinball plus getting it over it plus ASMR. True. All right, all right. Boom. And up we go. And we don't go over the top there, which is nice. Okay, go to the right here, a little more forgiving. Boom. Up we go. And we're back to where we were. Perfect. Boop. Oh, and we fall, but that's okay. That's okay. Don't mind falling. Nice. Boom. Oh, snark. All right, all right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Up we go. Boom. Go across. All right, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? I want to send it. Weehaw! All right, and let's fall to my death. Don't mind me. All right, see you later. Somehow I didn't hit that. Perfect. I didn't want to. I wanted to keep falling, actually. Feels really good. My new meditation yoga practice is falling a lot. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, oh, oh. And we're back at the start. Lovely. Okay. Boom. Nope. Okay. Boop. Perfect. All right, back at the start. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Imagine making progress. Couldn't be me. All right. Nice. All right. That was a good combo. Oh! Aha! Exactly what I wanted to do. I just felt like going through that pipe again. That pipe feels really good, actually. I love that pipe. Every once in a while, I gotta check on the homies. And me and that pipe, we go way back. All right? Falling. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Building up a little pipe street cred. Continuing to build up the pipe street cred. It do be like that. Nice, nice. Okay. Up we go. And boom. Easy money. And oh, take it. Sink on the first shot. And oh, never mind. Never mind. All right. Well. Oh. That's okay. Oh, and I missed. I mistimed. Oh, and I mistimed that. And we're back at the start. Checking up on the homies. You know how it is. Weehaw. Woo. Perfect. Little speed running trick I invented there for you. I'm kind of a master of this game, so those are the kind of speed running tricks you can only get on the Inbound Shuffle YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell if you want to see all the different... have I lost my mind? It's possible, you know? But on the flip side, did I ever have my mind in the first place? That's the kind of deep philosophy you only get on the Inbound Shuffle YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Okay. I'm holding it together real good here. Definitely not losing. Oh, come on, bro. I mean, I'm fine. Really, this is all an exercise in patience, right? This is the kind of game that that really teaches you a lot about yourself. It's like a life lesson. Video games is about, you know, having fun sometimes, but sometimes it's about testing your spirit, seeing if you'll crack under pressure. And, you know, sometimes life does bring a lot of pressures at you. Sometimes, you know, sometimes things get hard. And sometimes the stupid fucking hitbox will not let you into the pipe, even when you definitely deserved it, but you're not mad about it. Those are the kind of things that you just learn to let go, you know? Everything is fleeting in this life. What does it mean to be alive? You know? It's like, yeah, sure, you could get mad at stupid pinball game. You could. But if you're busy getting mad at stupid pinball game, you're not appreciating that you're a cute little foxy spinning in circles, right? And I am a cute little foxy spinning in circles. And that's the kind of thing you really want to hold on to in this life. Because if you focus too much on the negative, then you're just gonna be negative, right? If you focus on the positive, like being a little foxy, then you don't even focus on the fact that you fell down again, god damn it, right? You don't have to focus on that part. You can just enjoy being a little foxy. Enjoy the cute little stars floating in the background. Enjoy the pipe. Enjoy the nice little sound effects. The little pop that happens when you pop out of the pipe. It goes, and that feels really good. You know, it doesn't feel good falling down again, but we don't focus on that. We don't focus on that. It's fine. We're fine. We're happy. We're enjoying life. You know, things are good. Things are great. And we're totally fine. We're absolutely having a blast with this game. Personally, I've always loved pinball. I play it a lot. It's not, oh my gosh, the hitboxes are really awesome. I really didn't deserve that pipe. You know what? If I deserved that pipe, I would have gone in the pipe, you know? And in this life, everyone gets what they deserve. That's true. Karma is real and it balances out. Obviously. Okay. And see, if you have good karma and you're a good person, then you win at the stupid pinball game. And if you're a bad person, you fall down a lot. And so this is telling me a lot about myself. I need to give more to charity. I need to be kinder. I need to be more open to feedback. I need to play a different fucking game. I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm doing and I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time. Somehow along the way, I've decided that if I just simply do not stop talking, I can't get mad. If I just don't shut up, I'll never have the opportunity to be angry. Also, don't look at chat. That's another thing to avoid doing, because chat might say things that just throw you off the deep end. Instead, you just enjoy, and you fall in the hole. You fall in the hole, and it's really funny. Ha ha, ha ha ha, I fell in the hole. Ha 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 ha. It's really enjoyable to fall in the hole. Ha 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 ha. And it is. It's great game design. It's great game design, and I like it. It's fun. And woohoo! Higher than I've ever been, baby. Let's go. I always believed. I never doubted myself even for 1 second. I knew I would make it. And I'll never fall down again. It's only up from here. There's no more falling allowed. Because I am the greatest at pinball game. Oh, you think I'm going to fall in that little trap? And not me. Not me at all. I'm not even going to talk to that loser. Don't care. Only going up from here. Only going up from here. Little baseball cap idiot. Oh, he doesn't deserve my time. Oh, boom. We only go up. Boom. Oh no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, not sorry at all. We're going back up, baby. We're going back up. That was just a joke. I was just playing a little prank on you. If you were watching, you thought, oh no, he's going to fall all the way down. That's where you're wrong. I still don't care about you, baseball cap boy. Get out of here. All right. And we never fall down again. Whoop. Okay. Whoop. Oh, no, baseball boy. Okay, all right. We save it. Okay, perfect. Baseball boy, you almost had your revenge on me there, but not this time. You know what? Baseball boy, I'll talk to you this time. Psych, idiot, you thought. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. Oh, close one. It was almost revenge of baseball boy. Okay. Oh. All right. Okay, we're good. Okay. Never talk to baseball boy. Oh, okay. Yeah, me and baseball boy, we are not homies. We are not chill like that. Okay. All right, and okay, there we go. Up we go. All right. I haven't made this jump yet, but I'm thinking this is the time. Boom. And, easy. Oh, that was not correct. That was not the way to make the jump. And, okay. Close one. All right, but we're back up. We didn't fall all the way down, so everything is gravy. Everything is totally chill, actually, right? Everything is fine. Okay. I haven't made this jump yet, but I'm thinking this is the time. I'm thinking this is how we get it done. I'm thinking this is really good. This is fine. I'm happy, you know? If you just keep saying it, maybe it's true. Okay. This is all gravy. Baseball boy, get out of here. Oop. All right. Perfect. Okay. Now we go down. Up we go. All right. Oh, and we hit it easy. Whoop. Oh, family found. Oh, did we beat the level? Oh, it's looking like we beat the level. Oh, we've made it to the lift district. Am I kind of the greatest gamer to ever do it? It's seeming likely. It's seeming likely and possible, and seeming to be the truth. Okay. Oh, we got platforms that lift up now. Okay. Oh, whoa. All right, we got a new color. All right, we got moving platforms. I'm guessing that first level was not supposed to take like 100 hours or whatever it took me. Don't tell me I fell back. Oh, you can fall back to the previous level? Man, bump off with that. For real? You gotta be kidding me. I thought I was safe. That's evil. That's maybe the most evil design I've ever seen. I can't even see my stupid purple star on this background, dude. Okay, we're fine. Baseball boy's out of here too. I've officially deleted baseball boy from existence, and I would do it every day. I would do it every day of the week, man. I would do it every single moment of my life. I would get rid of baseball boy. Me and him are not chill like that. Okay, let's go back up here. Let's not fall back down to purple land again. Can I? Is there really no way to... I'm not touching that? Are you kidding me? Bro, are you kidding me? What do you mean I'm not touching that? Does this stupid star have like a smaller hitbox or something? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. Well, it's all over for me. Good night. I'll see you later. We're going back down to the start, ladies and gentlemen. I thought we were safe in the new level. And we're back at the start. Okay, well, I kind of hate this game, I think. I was enjoying it until I got locked in on the going back down to this one. Okay, and we're back up. And we're back up. Yeah, I miss my fox. I can hardly see the purple star. Like the visuals on it. Can I change it? Like, is there an option? Okay, thank you. I'd like to be able to see the fucking pinball. Jesus. Okay. Cool. Up we go. Up we go. Whoop. Whoop. Boom. Nice. Up we go. Woohoo. Oh, and I'm back down. We can make this jump. Oh, no, we can't. And we're back to the start. Yeah. And we go. Oh, and we fall. And we're back at the start. Yeah, if I was playing this on my own, falling back to this first level is when I would have stopped playing for sure. I like the premise, but to kill the bit and actually give feedback, I would have stopped playing at this point. But maybe this game isn't for playing on your own. Maybe this game is just a stream game. Hard to say for sure. I was enjoying my descent into madness until that moment, for sure. Boop. All right, and we're up. Weehaw. Okay. Oh, and we got saved there. Boom. Okay. Up we go, up we go. Oh, this is the jump. This is the jump that I kept missing. So, yeah, do I need to go earlier on that jump maybe? I'm not 100% sure. Oh, wait, what? I've never like managed to slide up like that before. I wonder if I just had enough speed. Okay. Perfect. Let's get back up here. But I mean my oh, and I didn't hit that hitbox either. Maybe I was falling too fast. Oh, and we're going back to the start, aren't we? Oh, not back to the start this time. We managed to rescue it. Boom. The fact that the stage change was not actually a checkpoint was a bit too much. Yeah, for me it was, for sure. I was fully convinced I was at a checkpoint, which I mean is kind of what a rage game is about. It's like breaking expectations to upset you, but that was too much for me. All right, and over we go. Boom. All right, up we go. Let's see. I think I have gotten a little bit better at these earlier parts though, so that's nice. Seeing the progression of my skill is pretty good. Oh. I spoke too soon, actually. I made a mistake. I made a blunder. Okay. Up we go. It is funny that this guy is still here, but the baseball boy isn't. Is it actually because I didn't talk to him? I wonder. Now I'm curious what was going on with baseball boy. Maybe he's moved on to better things. Oh. Oop, oop. Perfect. Oop. Okay. Woo. Yeah, and then it's like it would have been fine too. It wouldn't have been as rage-inducing if when I made it back there, it just took me up there. But it's like I made it onto the ledge, but wasn't like close enough to actually go through it, which was also extremely frustrating. So it's like this game is about being really frustrating, right? That's like the whole thing it's doing is being frustrating. At least that's like the main gameplay consideration is that it's frustrating. But those two in a row were, I think, a little bit, they caused me to disengage. Like I was really enjoying the game and enjoying the like frustrating mental breakdown aspect of it until those two things happened back to back, which just made me disengage from it. And now rather than enjoying the frustration, I'm like, when can I go back to playing the new level that I got to? Because I don't want to be here anymore. This is annoying. Which I think is just, it's just kind of, you know, the game lost me. And I think like with a game like this, you have to be very careful not to lose your player. Like, you want them to continue wanting to progress, right? Yeah, but I think this up here, oh my gosh, that little ledge up there where it's like I got there, but I somehow like wasn't tall enough to touch it, and I just had to like fall down and try to get back up there again was also very, very annoying. So I think it's just those two back to back, which, I mean, with a game like this, it is tough because if any like sequence of frustrations happen in a row, it could cause you to lose someone, and that just happened to be the two that like killed my engagement. See, yeah, this right here, this jump, the fact that I made it onto the ledge, but it didn't touch it, and I was just stuck there was like pretty rough. Okay, see, yeah, now I'm up here again, but it's totally possible for me to fall back to the purple level. So. It's like knowing that I can fall back to the purple level has also really killed my excitement for like doing this level, you know? I was like, ooh, new mechanics. I'm excited to see what there is to it. But oh, I found a new family. I feel like this guy might be easier to see on the red map. The purple guy was just too hard to see. He's like too dark for a game that is really dark, I think. And this is where I can potentially fall back down, and I think I'm gonna fall back down again. Yeah. Yep, you kind of lost me. Oh. Oh, I fell the wrong way. That's really bad. It's really bad. Okay, yep. I think the game has lost me. I'm going to close it. And we will think critically about this game, see what feedback we can give. Yeah, let me just open up a screenshot or something so there's something on screen. Okay, so let's think critically about this game. I think that the mechanics of using pinball in a rage game are really good. I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think as far as rage game goes, I think this one works really well. It has all of the elements you want for like one of those frustrating games. And I think the way that you use the pipes and you use the paddles as like a way to save yourself is really clever, right? Because in a lot of rage games, when you're falling, you sort of just keep falling until something saves you, right? It's like you have to hit a platform or hit something that causes you to stop falling. And those moments can feel like out of your control in a way that's not that fun. When I think about the other rage games that I've played on stream, they do have that moment where you fall and you just have to suffer the consequences, but there's no way to save yourself. So I think that having the pinball paddles as a way to like, you will fall, you will touch the paddles, and you can potentially save yourself, it makes a ton of sense. It works really, really well for this genre. So I think the decision to have it be pinball and use these paddles is really good. And at first I was struggling with the paddle physics, but the more I played, the more I got used to it. But there definitely is a bit of a learning curve that you hit really quickly with the paddles, where it's like you can't swing them appropriately. And they, where like, even on like the first, like the one of the, either the third or the fourth screen, I already was struggling with the paddles, but I think it's okay because you kind of need to learn how the paddles work. And I don't know if it's like, there's anything you could do to make the paddles a little bit more player friendly in the way that they operate so that they can like launch the player a little bit more successfully. So I think that's something you consider, but I do think that this game has incredible like streamer appeal where it's like, you know, a streamer pulls it up and then rages while they play, and then the chat like goes crazy. It's like, I can imagine there are tons of streamers that play like Jump King and stuff and have had a good time with this. I feel like this game fits right into that category really, really well. But I do think with a rage game, there is an amusement to the falling and an amusement to raging and an amusement to like redoing the same thing over and over again. And I think that sort of player expectation of like, you're going to have a bad time and you're going to keep falling down, but you'll continue to get better and continue climbing. And as you continue getting better and continue climbing, you will be rewarded with that by being able to go to the new harder levels and explore stuff. And I feel like you were doing a really good job of that with the purple levels, like the purple level. I feel like as I was getting higher up, I was getting better at using the paddles. I was saving myself more consistently. And every time I fell down, I could get back up pretty quickly in a way that was really satisfying. And then when I got to the red level, I was really excited because I was like, oh, there's new mechanics here. There's new stuff to play with. I'm going to get to experience new stuff that I haven't seen yet. I was really excited when I got to the red level. And I think falling back to the purple floor was just too much for me. I was excited to play in the new area, and then it just got like, it immediately went back to go do the stuff you were doing before in a way that I really didn't enjoy. And I think that that's not uncommon for this genre, right? You know, it's like, I think Jump King, you can totally fall back to previous levels and you kind of just have to make it all the way up. There is no checkpoint. There is no safety. But for me, it was too much. And like, as a player, I think there's a good reason Jump King 2 barely sold compared to the first. People learned that actually buying these streamer bait games is a bad idea. Yeah, I feel like for your average player, your average player is probably going to disengage from this once they fall back down to the purple floor. And I feel like you could probably save the game design almost entirely by simply, once you make it to the next area, you're good to go. Sidfish says, maybe you can unlock extra tubes for lower levels the higher you get so recovery is made easier. Yeah, that's a potential solution. Like, it's like, if you still want the potential to fall all the way back to the start, you could have it so that there's like a red tube that like you unlock when you make it to the second level that takes you way up higher. But at that point, it almost feels like, is there even a good reason to let you fall all the way back to the beginning? It's like, I mean, there is sort of there's always the potential for you to go back to the start, but if it's easy to get back up, then like, you still get to preserve the feeling of always being able to fall. But I just think a lot of players are going to bounce off of this game the first time they fall back to the first floor after they get to the red one. The vibe of the game is opposite of rage-inducing. I think that's like a pretty good call. I think the pixel art is very cute. I feel like being able to collect different skins for the ball are really good, although you do need to be careful with the visibility. When I got the purple star, I couldn't see anything, and I was getting really frustrated by that. And you can go and change the ball skin, but you have to like go do it, right? And so I'd make sure that the visibility isn't hurt. Like maybe give that purple star like a lighter outline so it's always visible or something, right? But yeah, falling back to the start is a genre staple, but it might feel better if you actually give players a chance to enjoy and learn the new mechanics before threatening them with extreme falls. Yeah, and I think having the fall all the way back to the start is a genre staple. But one thing you want to think of is like if there is a good reason to get rid of it, or what's the benefit of keeping it. It's like roguelikes have the pick 3, which is a genre staple. And a lot of games I feel like will either do pick 2 or pick 4 just to not do pick 3, because a lot of games use pick 3. But 3 is a really good option space because 2 is just like you pick whichever one's better. It's not that interesting. And 4 is like decision overload, too much paralysis. Like 3 is really the sweet spot. So there's a reason why it gets used everywhere, but there could be reasons to break it. And it's like if you want to stick with genre conventions and have the fall all the way back to the start, I think you can make that decision. You just have to make sure you're justifying it with the rest of the decisions for sure. Yeah, Elijah says, why follow genre staple if it hurts the game? I think that's true. I think you really have to think about what that decision is buying you. But I think the biggest feedback there is not necessarily like don't make it happen, but you need to make it rarer. Like you need to really mess up to fall back to the beginning, I think. And it's like, once I got to the red world, there is a jump that if you miss it, you fall back like every time, right? There is no recovery from it. There's that one jump off to the side. And once you miss it, you fall back to the purple world, right? It feels very much designed that the vast majority of players are going to fall back to the purple world exactly the way I did. It feels like it is designed intentionally for that to happen. You hit the red world, you hit that jump, you fall. It feels like that was the express design intent. And I think that is going to make a lot of players bounce. And it's possible that players like me and players who will be too frustrated by that to keep playing aren't the intended audience, right? You're just going for the people who play rage games. But I do wonder like how wide that market is and like how well you're going to be able to hit those particular gamers, right? Maybe the difficulty curve is too steep. Yeah, I think I actually like, I feel like the difficulty curve is not that bad. I feel like once I was getting the hang of it, everything was going pretty smoothly. So I really think the issue mostly came down to just the two back to back, falling back into the purple world and then not getting back up into that tube when I made the jump, when it feels like I made the jump. Were both very frustrating. And I feel like not getting into the tube when I made the jump is funny enough. It's like, it's not that bad. It's just, I was already mad about falling back into the purple world. And so that's the one thing I would really consider is like either making it way less likely, like you can still fall all the way back down, but you do have to miss a jump in a very specific way. And it's not going to happen to that many players. I think that's something that I would heavily consider. Like in that red world, make it so that those early jumps like don't have a chance of making you fall all the way back to the beginning, right? It's like, I would probably consider that you would only be able to fall back to the beginning if you miss some jumps later on. So you actually get a chance to play with the new mechanics. I think that was the main thing that really like pushed the frustration past my tipping point, which is like, I was excited to play with the new mechanics. It's like, I got the gist of the basic panels and the basic, tunnels, right? I did a bunch of different basic panels and a bunch of different basic, tunnels. So the core mechanics of the game, I had already gotten the hang of. And then there's like these new moving platforms that are brand new to me and I don't have much experience with, right? So I need to learn the new mechanics. And I was excited to get to learn the new mechanics and see how I'm going to get to use the skill I developed in the purple world to deal with red worlds, right? That's sort of where I was going with it. And the fact that I only got to do a couple moving platforms before I got pushed back into purple world was both very frustrating. And from a game design perspective, it's sort of like, I never got the chance to really learn the moving platforms and like experience and play with them enough to have the mechanics of them down. So every time I make it back to the red world, I'm going to make a mistake and fall back into the purple world because I haven't mastered the moving platforms yet. And it takes me so long to get back up to them that it's like, I could already see that it's going to take me hours and hours before I have enough skill with the moving platforms to make it to the next world where hopefully there'll be new mechanics, but I'm going to have to do even more over and over again to be able to get to those mechanics. So it's like, I think that it's just too punishing. I felt too punished by the design decisions of that fall back into purple world that I was like, I don't want to play anymore. And And it's like I tried to keep going. I made it back up to Red World again, and then I fell back down immediately again. And I was like, I don't want to play anymore. I am no longer having fun with the way this game works. It's such a fine line because up until that point, I was really enjoying the game. I was having a lot of fun with it. And I was fully ready in the feedback section to talk about how good the game was and how this is a perfect game for streams because it's like the mechanics work really well. The fall down is not too punishing and like you can make it back up. And then when I made it to the Red World, I was going to comment on how it was really smart to take it to the next world so that like you get to have the rage gamey fun, people memeing in chat and like doing things over and over again. But once you make it to the next world, you get some relief and then you get to learn new mechanics. So the game is constantly evolving. So it doesn't just feel like you're doing the same thing again. I had all this feedback that I'd been building up in my head that instantly went out the window as soon as I fell back into Purple World. You know what I mean? And so I really would consider, how to alleviate that frustration. And it's like, obviously the easiest way to alleviate that frustration is to simply stop you from falling there. But if that isn't on the table, if you want to be able to have the fall back to the previous worlds, you need to think about ways that you alleviate that frustration in other ways, right? Make it, when you fall back into the world, it's very likely to make it back into Red World, like several spots where you can save yourself, all the way back to the Red World. There's like a jump before making it to the Red World on the screen before the Red World where you have to do like the 2 jumps and the one that goes up. That one that goes up is like a pretty difficult jump. And I miss it a bunch, right? And so putting that difficult jump right before Red World makes sense when you are going to be unlocking Red World. You put like a final challenge in the way. But putting a final challenge before Red World when you're going to be falling back there over and over again feels like it's like just like compounding on itself, where it's like, well, you fell while trying to learn the new mechanics, so hopefully you make this difficult jump again. Otherwise, you have to go back to the start again, right? And I think that's where it all really compounded together. So I'd probably add more opportunities to save yourself on the way down. It's like make the path that falls back to the Purple World, give lots of flips that you can keep yourself in Red World. And then even if you fall back into Purple World, put some paddles that get you on the path back to Red World pretty quickly, right? And that way, if you miss all the chances to save yourself, you can fall all the way back to the beginning. And then streamers can throw for content if they want to, or they can just genuinely fall and get upset. And there's like tons of stuff you can do because you're really close. You're really close to having a game that's really perfect for streamer bait and casual audiences to pick up and play, right? This is perfect for streamer bait because they'll fall down, they'll rage, they'll goof, people will make fun of them in chat. It's really good. But yeah, even getting over it has huge stretches where falling to the start isn't possible. It's just specific spots. As someone who unironically enjoyed getting over it, you learn to love the fall. After multiple retries, you get good at the early obstacles. It becomes almost relaxing, so I get why they're there. Yeah. I think that's true. And that's why I think, like, the genre staple talk is about, like, deciding if it's worth it for, like, if that's what you're going for. If you want people to have that, like, feeling of being so good at the early obstacles they can breeze through them and then get to the next stuff later, if that's what you're going for, then I think that makes sense. But I think, like Cal said in chat, having huge stretches where you can't fall to the start is important, right? And I think the fact that, like, one of the very first jumps that lets me fall in the Red World is right back to the start is, like, in my opinion, I think it's just a mistake. I think it's like compounding the frustration too much. And it's like losing the engagement of your players, right? I played for like 40 minutes or something. I actually don't know how long I played, but I didn't play long enough to be really bought in on the game. And so when that happened, I was immediately taken out of it. And I was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. And I fear that that's going to be a common occurrence. But if the falling back all the way to the start is limited to a couple key moments, and is heavily, you have this paddle system that, like I said, is so brilliant for giving the player a chance to recover in a way that a lot of other games don't have. And so I think using those paddles to mitigate the frustration of falling all the way back to the start is a very, very smart. I think that's a great way to do it. I think you should just really lean into that. Give plenty of chances on the way back down to the earlier worlds to save yourself. That's what I would lean towards. But like I said, I might not be your target audience. And if you only want to go for the hardcore rage gamers that will just, like, put up with this and they want to fall back to the start over and over again, that might playtest totally different with people who, like, if you find people who love Jump King 2, getting over it, playtest it with them. Maybe they'll find this totally reasonable. But for me, it's like I played Getting Over It, but I never beat Getting Over It. And similarly, I played Jump King. I never beat Jump King. And I didn't even play Jump King that much. I tried it and I was like, oh, I get this, and then moved on. So I'm not a rage gamer in general. But because of playing so many submitted games on Showcase Saturday, I sort of became a rage gamer. And on the other rage games that were submitted, I beat them. I beat Biscuit Dungeon, I beat Forgettable Wizard, I beat One Mistake. Those are all like rage games with the same ability to fall back to the start. All of them you could fall back to the start, and none of them lost my engagement hard enough where I was like, I'm done playing this. So so the fact that I was able to enjoy and play all the way through other rage games, whereas this one totally lost me, I think is something to really think about. Because you want to make sure you don't lose your player, because once your player bounces off of it, it's cooked, right? So making the red world twice as big would be better than letting the player go completely back to the start. Yeah, I think that's fair. If the red world, I think like I really liked the pattern of purple world, where it's like it's easy to fall back to the start, but I kept getting better, and I could breeze through the early sections of purple world over and over again to get back to the jumps I kept missing, and it was very forgiving with a lot of the falls, where I basically just got to try the same jump over and over again. That design was great. I really like Purple World. I think you nailed it with Purple World. And before I fell back to Purple World, my feedback was basically going to be, you completely nailed the game design. This is really, really good. Like perfect stuff. It's just the one fall that I really think is rough. And I think that like being very careful with the sections where those really bad falls can happen is pretty important for a game like this. Because I was basically done with Purple World. If I was the one making this game, I would just fully lock it off. Once you get to Red World, you're just there, right? But I am not like an aficionado of the rage game genre, right? And so that might not be the right decision for appealing to the rage gamer audience. But I would say if you want this to have like a big cross appeal, at least being a little bit more generous with it and like allaying the frustrations with it a little bit, I think would be huge for helping out the design as a whole. But I think a lot of the stuff in this game is really good. The sound design is obviously amazing. I love the sound design. The way the like lid pops when you come out of the pipe, the music, all of the sound is really good. I do think the screen shake when you're moving is a little bit much. I would probably have ended up turning that off in the settings. But the fact that you can turn it off in the settings, I think makes it totally fine. I think collecting the skins is very, very smart because people like skins and you want to dress up as your favorite type of ball. And I think the art style is really, really good. I love this pixel art style. I think the way you set up the pixel art is really good. So I think you did a lot of stuff really, really well here. And I think you're really close to having a game that if you just need a couple streamers of a specific type to bite, and then people will be interested in playing the game. But I think that when those streamers do bite and they do play this game, you want to make sure that they have the experience that makes people want to play it, that want to give it a try. And I think you're really close. I think you're really close. So really good work. And a lot of the elements are really well done and really well polished. So I think it really comes down to just fine tuning the game design and the player experience you're going for to hit the audience that you want. And yeah, so thank you for submitting a really good game. And like I said, before I fell from the red world, I was going to glaze this game extremely hard. So I think you're very close. I think you're very close. Don't like, if seeing me disengage when I hit that first fall was discouraging, I would say don't be discouraged. I think you're very close. So yeah, I think, that'll be it for this stream though, because I do have to go. I said I had to go around 2-ish. And so I don't think I have time to start and play through another game. So, thanks everyone for hanging out. If you're still here and enjoyed the stream, make sure you click that like button. If you want to check out any of the games that I played today, going and giving them a wish list, I'm sure would be very appreciative of that. I know Luna Little Kaiju isn't on Steam, but if you wanted to, you could wishlist Lumina Resenting Shadow or Be the Sword or Pinfall. And yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out, and I'll see you next Saturday. And thanks everyone for the donations and memberships and stuff today. You all were extremely generous, and it really means a lot. I'm really quite happy about that. It's very moving, and it helps me tremendously. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks everyone. Peace.